this year, we ain't even gonna get to see his face.
Oh, no roadblock. I didn't see no roadblock in that lineup.
Well, no, they didn't already. No, they can't do no more roadblocks, man. They didn't release 4 roadblocks already.
What's wrong with roadblocks, man?
They got 4 of them.
They got.
Give me some. They got roadblock and stalker, and they didn't release 4 roadblocks. 4 roadblocks. Do we need another one? Can we get somebody else? We need somebody else first, D.
Okay.
They didn't release 4 roadblocks.
Okay. Who we need?
Whoa.
Diabolical Nerd is in the building.
DTB. Diabolical in the building.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we do need to get on that, man. Like, we both got a passion for it, man. I think, and we got enough. We clearly got an investment in everything. I think we do need to start bringing our people, man, talking to them about the action figures and everything like that right now. I think, for those that want to get in on it, those that might not know how to get in on it and everything like that. Because I'm thinking, I think they need to know we out here in these streets. Like we F with y'all. We mess with Hasbro. We mess with Mattel. We mess with Battleverse.
Heavy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And my whole thing about it is this. I feel like it don't matter what age you are, you can get something out of it.
Yeah, you feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
This love right here. This is love. What people don't understand is the difference between criticism and constructive criticism. This is constructive criticism. This is all love. This is all love. Because ain't nobody got to come on this video and say, well, if you ain't like them, you ain't got to buy them. Trust me, if the ones that I don't like, I did not buy.
Nah, I mean, because I got a room full of stuff up in here, and I ain't buy it because of what I thought somebody else might enjoy.
Right, you feel me? Like, and we ain't capping for the bag because we ain't got the bag like that. Like, first and foremost, if you ain't gotta be black to like black action figures. Now, let me just go ahead and say that you don't have to be black to like black action figures, because if you like action figures, you like action figures. But of course, my house, I need to see me in my house more so than I see somebody else in my house, because it's my house. I don't think nobody should be judging
I feel you
about that. So all we saying is Hasbro, Battleverse, we like what y'all doing, man. The Joes, the Star Wars, and I understand with Star Wars and Marvel, you really ain't got that many brothers and sisters, especially Star Wars. You definitely ain't got that really many brothers and sisters. But when you get them, you know what I'm saying? How many bald head people we gonna release this year between Star Wars?
Hey, he's not bald headed. He's not bald headed.
What is got a flat top?
Some man got a flat top.
See, but you know what? Sun Man came out at a time when we had flat tops. That's when y'all come out releasing these action figures and everything like that. I was just telling D-Real before we went live, at least I don't think we was live, I ain't gotta be on the same level as you. Like, I ain't gotta be an executive at Hasbro. I don't. I could really be Jamal working in the mailroom. When you get ready to drop these, when you thinking about a black
Diesel in the building,
Big D Steezel, when you get ready to make a black action figure, come holler at your boy. Say, hey, Jamal, we get ready to release. We think about a black action figure. We'll bring you in and see what you think about it. I'm gonna help you out. I want this black action figure to look good. I want you to make some money. Now watch this. I'm trying to tell you ways of how to make it so I can give you my money. I want to give you more money.
Facts. That's facts and facts on top of facts, man. I mean, I think about it a lot and I say to myself, you know, why do I do what I do? You know, number one, you do it because you enjoy it. Number two, you do it because it's something that keeps you engaged. And for me, you know, I got to keep myself engaged with something so that I don't keep myself engaged with other things. You know what I mean? So, you know, idle minds, all that type stuff. So I got all of these infinite ideas and combinations and things flowing. So I got to keep myself busy. I got to keep myself busy. And this is a lot of it. So keeps a lot of people safe.
Right. And watch this. We're not asking for a 50-50 split. We're not asking for no 50-50 split. We're not expecting no 50-50 split. You know what? Y'all can release the action figures the same way y'all been releasing them. Because, segue, we know how to make what we want.
Hey, I know you pull your first custom out all the time, you know what I'm saying, and tell them, you know, you got that there, you got that griot. You know what I'm saying? And I know how that is. I know exactly how that is. And so, you know, just like when you have a custom figure, you know what I'm saying, that you could pull out and say, okay, this is what got put together. Either I did it myself, or I had somebody do it for me, or I had somebody sculpt the head and I put everything else together on the head. Is your creation. You know what I'm saying? And who knows, somebody might see it somewhere and say, hey, I want to mass produce that.
And see, Hasbro, that's where we at with y'all. We like, hey, do y'all know how much money y'all could have made on this Black Panther wave for Black Panther 2 if you just would have, bought maybe a Black Panther fan into the room and say, hey, what y'all got going on? Oh man, we're gonna drop a Nakia. Okay, you gonna drop Nakia? Yeah. In the swimsuit? Yeah. No, don't do that. What? Yeah, don't do that. Yeah. Matter of fact.
Hey, I want to say what's up. Grand Madam Taro, Mr. Ray Smith, and Ronnie J have come into the building. So
we say what's good in the hood. You know, a much better way for Black Panther, I think, would have been, you know what? They could have gave us a Mosi and Bashinga 2-pack. They could have gave us a Walmart Deluxe M'Baku figure, comic book accurate. They could have gave me the Queen Mother Ramunda, still looking for her MCU version.
I personally would like an Achibe.
Could have got that. We need a bad guy. Could have gave us, watch this, could have gave us the Midnight Angels with two different head sculpts. Could have gave us the Midnight Angels with two different head sculpts, and that way we could have had our official head sculpt of Anika and another Io head sculpt. The updated version of Okoye's uniform, I was cool with that and everything like that. But then they could have gave us a Hunter White Wolf comic book version to go along, and this could have been another 2-pack to go along with the Hatu Tadaze that they released.
Bro, did you hear they are going to have a series where the Winter Soldier and the White Wolf team up? Is that an attempt to kind of sort of show everybody that those are two separate characters?
Might be. It might need to be. Might be. It might need to be if that's what they're doing. You guys,
because everybody keeps saying that's never picked up a comic book. Oh, the Winter Soldier is the White Wolf.
Well, you know what? Crazy, because you hitting all the segue points. We ain't even cover. we ain't covering subjects fully. You hit the segue points real nice.
You got me out here freestyling. Man. Okay.
You know what? That's why I don't care no more. I'm like this. I'm not gonna make somebody like the comic books. You either like them or you don't. And when I'm talking to my people, I'm talking to comic book fans. I want, if you're an MCU fan and you like the MCU movies, I'm like this. you know what, man? God bless you. Go do that. I give two damns. I'm done. I don't want it. I'm good. And so when I'm talking to my crew and you hear us talking, this is what you got. You got us like, don't get in your feelings if you overhear us talking. We talking amongst ourselves.
It's kind of like when you roll up in that bodega and you see them two fine Dominican chicks and you swear up and down they black and you go over there and start talking and they start doing that guala guala and you don't understand what's going on. You're like, I wish I would have paid more attention in Spanish class.
Right.
So pay more attention, and you can get the gist of what's going on.
And so the reason why I said it is because, you know, we said it last week, and I was like, man, honestly, they've been kind of misleading us since they gave us the first Avengers movie, truth be told, and people, you know, we just kind of went along with it. I'm like this. When you look at what they have going on now, they are moving farther and farther. They just throw, as you like to say, they throwing spit at the wall at this particular point in time and hoping it stick. Well, I think D. Steezer has alluded to it. I know the Kamoyo Kid has alluded to it. I'm perfectly fine watching Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes on Disney Plus.
Bruh, why you playing? Why you playing? Other night, I'm like, this right here, this the best version of Avengers ever. I dare anybody try to argue me down.
Watch this. I dare say T'Challa got more screen time on Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes, which is a 30-minute cartoon, which is really just 20 minutes when you take the commercials.
I just about get ready to say it was a 20-minute, 22 to 24 minutes to be exact.
You want to talk about a dude? You know what? That dude that had a complete story arc in not only Earth's Mightiest Avengers, but also Avengers Assemble. He had a whole season.
Dare I say, what was it? Future Avengers?
Hey,
I bet that was, but that's more linear than anything they put together cinematically, and that's some of the most broken up stuff I ever seen.
So me for mine, if I like what I like, right? I'm not. Here.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but we got some burning preguntas in the chat. Grand Madam Tarot said that she'd like a Black Panther royal family action figure wise.
Yes.
And D. Steezel said a Bast Build-A-Figure.
Yes, a Bast Build-A-Figure, absolutely.
And run that through a Black Panther line of characters or Black Panther related characters, and you always make sure you get a Black Panther in it, like they always throw a damn Iron Man in everything.
Right. You know what I would actually like to see, and I'm glad he said that. I actually would want to see that Bast Build-A-Figure like that. But you know what I also want to see? I like the version of Bast that Ta-Nehisi Coates gave us when it was Nakia's new form. It was little Nakia. She like morphed into Bast and everything like that. I would love to see, and see, that's the thing. That's what's funny to me. You have people that say, well, we love the Black Panther and every guy, but like, do you not know if y'all would just shut the hell up, y'all would get more Black Panther stuff with us running stuff if you would just be quiet. Y'all don't even know what the hell you got. They gave you a little damn piece of hamburger, not understanding. You can have the whole damn steak. Shut up. I'm trying to cook back here.
Hey, Theo, I was sitting around the other day and I came up with a term for him. You know, I'm gonna start calling them.
What?
I'm gonna start calling them Sweet 16s, because they don't know nothing about T'Challa prior to 2016.
It's crazy because it's like, okay, well, y'all say y'all love the character. Even if you're a feminist, even if you're a misandrist, if you would let us run the show, do you know how many damn female action figures, how much female representation you would get if you just let us run the show? Just because you
You
don't know
wouldn't
as
just
much as
you
you know
wouldn't
about
just have a custom titanium.
Yeah, it's like if you just be quiet, because you don't know, and you don't know. That's the sad part. You know you don't know. You know you don't know. And then rather just let me just run with it because I got you. We both, hey, we said we both like Black Panther, right? Yeah. Okay, well, some of us black too. Me and you black, right? Yeah. Trust your boy. I got you. We can't even get the Griot Shooty action figure released because they over here messing around.
They try and murder her off is what they say they're gonna do.
Hey man.
But I don't believe they got the testicular fortitude to kill off the entire royal line.
Well, why not? That's what Angela Bassett thought too. They got on up out of here.
Well, I'm not talking about cinematically. Oh, I know cinematically they kill them all off and started from scratch with the child. I'm pretty sure that's what they plan to do. But I'm talking about in the comics.
I don't believe they're cut off in the comics. I'm gonna tell you why. As much as you and I sit back here and we do our videos and everything like that, and we look at the numbers, it is what it is. We're able to tell based on what other people might say when they don't think we watching their videos, that they watched our videos based on what they say in their video. Like, you watched the video. We're not going to act like, and this is me speaking strength into us. We're not going to act like, even though we did not get the movie boycotted, we did not affect the numbers of the movie. We did. We're not going to act like us speaking truth about the character and about the movie doesn't ruffle some people's feathers the wrong way who don't want to hear that. We're not going to act like we know we got John Ridley up out of there. Ain't no, people can say what they want to. No, we got John Ridley the hell on up out of there. And I'm willing to bet that John Ridley wanted to do things a certain way. And once they heard what was being said, we could thank people like Mr. Smith, Grand Madam, everybody that made their voices known on social media, everybody that made their voices known, whether they wrote in the Marvel and everything like that.
That's for all y'all.
If you do this gonna be a problem. You can tell me and you both read 15. 15, it don't end right. Like, you could tell he wanted to do something different, and it's like, bro, what? And we'll discuss that later on in the video and everything like that. It don't end right. But so I think it's known, okay, T'Challa has a strong following. Now what we must establish now is it's not that just T'Challa has a strong following. Wakanda as a whole has a strong following. You're not going to treat not only this character, but any of these characters. You're not going to treat any of these characters any differently than you would treat anybody else's character. You're going to give Shuri the same respect you give Valeria Richards. You are. She him first, so you're going to give her the same respect you give Valeria Richards. That's how I feel about it. So all this dreaming about somebody dying and everything like that, I don't know who the hell that was, but I ain't even for that being toasted. No, you better go do something else. Somebody better come in and make a quick save. That's how I feel about it. Ain't no death in the family over here. We did that already.
Yeah, but I mean, we know they murder prone. You know what I mean? We know that they feel the only way to advance a story or to invigorate the resolve of a hero is to have somebody close to them die.
That's like being a rapper.
Like, I can't get inspired by nothing else but death.
You know what that's like? That's like being a rapper and not being able to rap without cursing.
Whose death inspired Tony Stark to make the new element that he made in Iron Man 2? Whose death inspired that? Or did my man just sit around and do a lot of soul searching and thinking, and then one day some stuff happened coincidentally, and he's like, "Oh, I'll make a new element." Wasn't nobody dead? Didn't nobody die? And that was more about legacy than death, and that's a great way to show it, rather than, "Oh, my brother died, my mama died, so now I want to be the Black Panther."
But we got to get out of that West. I mean, I know it's something we see. We can see just by walking out our front door every day. Want to talk about reality outside of our window. But fantasy fiction isn't supposed to be reality necessarily. It's supposed to be an escape from reality. And really, truth be told, we're supposed to be, I don't want to say futurist, but we're supposed to be people that encourage through our writing. We're supposed to teach through our writings and everything like that. And too many of them accomplished, college educated, then fell way short of that and everything like that. So to me, the characters should be shown, especially if we're talking about, as you refer to it, Black futurism, Afrofuturism. If that's what that is, then let's, and Wakanda represents that. Let's stop writing Wakanda like there are bits and pieces of Wakanda that's a third world country. Let's stop that. No. Wakanda is a nation. We say it's the most civilized nation on the planet. Write it that way. There's no such thing as, I'm out there in the outback and everything like Tosin's upbringing. You in the most, wait, so y'all ain't got no tubs? You out here in a basin in some vibranium? You ain't got no tub you can get in that's inside. You outside in a basin filled with liquid vibranium that's being heated up by wood. Really? In the most technologically advanced nation, I didn't say city, nation on the earth. This how you bathe in vibranium?
I do you one better than that. If Wakanda and Talokan, Atlantis, whatever you want to call it, if they were Germany and Russia, according to John Ridley, if it was Germany and Russia, then when Stalin died, they made Hitler their leader, or they deposed Stalin to put Hitler in place, and that makes sense. That makes sense to somebody.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
You got me talking about making it make sense. You can't make it make no sense.
Hey y'all, we fixing to get into it.
Part two. Is it part two?
Yeah, hey, we fixing to dive in this like this is a nice little juicy steak. You know what I'm saying? Like we fixing to get all up in here. Like I'm gonna have to say pause quite a few times because John really, me and my brother from another, we about to get up in your yam cakes, real nice, like deep all up in there. Like I'm probably gonna put like a whole bunch of poo-poo after this. I'm about to get
to all my peoples on Twitter that was like, thanks D-Real for taking one for the team. Thanks D-Real for making the sacrifice and reading this piece of crap. Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah. But listen, let me tell y'all something. I had to have a long conversation with myself after I read this. Like I felt violated. Like I felt dirty. Like I you know what? Okay, I ain't perfect. Right? And I've done some things in my life that I'm just not proud of at all. Hitting somebody upside the head with a loaded backpack is not one of them. I'm pretty sure if I did that, they had that one coming. Hey, Chris. Anyway,
okay.
So one of the things that I'm not proud of as a person, I've only did this one time and I did it as a kid, but I'm still not proud of it. I spit on somebody.
Ooh.
I did. I was a kid.
Bless your heart.
It don't make it right. It don't make it right. And it was a wrestler. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was one of the Anderson brothers.
That sounds ominous.
I'm coming, and I ain't like what he just did to Mr. Wrestler #1. I was in my feelings. He did a great job in playing his role. He did, because I believe he was who he was. And I brought it all the way from my sternum. Like I brought it all the way up from my sternum. And by the time it got to my throat, it was nice and good and wet. And I let it go. He's a nice fella. I guess he was used to it. Don't know if he was necessarily used to a black kid doing it, but especially back then during that time frame, because I was in Atlanta, so we was at the studio at the TBS studio back in the day when Ted Turner was running things. So that was then. So I said all that to say this. I had to talk to myself because I felt that urge toward John Ridley coming on strong, sweet baby. I wanted to hurt that dude. Can I say that? With everything that I know about him.
Talk how you feel, as my man Drew Down used to say back in the day.
I don't know whether it was the 15 issues. I don't know whether it was his article in Esquire magazine. I don't know if it was the article in Esquire magazine and the 15 issues. I don't know if it was his nonchalant attitude toward the portrayal of Black women. I don't know if it was his nonchalant attitude toward the portrayal of Black women, the 15 issues and Esquire magazine article. But it got me to feeling, but I talked to myself though. I talked to myself. And the best way I can deal with John Ridley is to show John Ridley I can write to y'all better than he can write to y'all. So
2 words come to mind when I think about John Ridley's run. One is no, and the other one is sense.
I thought you were gonna say bull and shit, but okay.
Those running a close second, but if you've read this entire run, pardon me, if you've suffered through this entire run, then you can see one prevailing theme. And that one prevailing thing is the defamation, humiliation, emasculation, whatever other shun you want to put on the end of that means something negative is being done to T'Challa throughout this entire run. I'm like, first couple of issues, I'm like, all right, that's supposed to happen to the good guy. He's supposed to get knocked upside the head a couple times before he starts to figure out, and I got to get preemptive, and I got to do this. But damn, it went past 7, 8. I'm like, y'all still kicking the man in his balls. 9, 10, he's still getting kicked in his balls. When is he finna make the turnaround? And it was never, ever a turnaround. And then it seemed like around like 14 and 15, now we're going to wrap the story up. Because wasn't this story about espionage? Wasn't this story about some cloak and dagger shit that was going on? I mean, next thing I know, we was talking about a colonist and a buffalo soldier and 3 crazy bitches who speak this funny language and don't nobody know who the hell they are. And it's like, okay, where did you get off track? And then I stopped and I thought about it. They was never on.
Exactly. You know what? Graham Adams stated something a while ago. I don't know whether it was on my video, your video. She talked about the hero's journey.
Right.
And the thing is that, I don't want to paint certain things out, but I said something to my wife tonight because, it's as I told you before, I was real nervous about doing that video with Byron. I didn't want to get it wrong. Well, some of the things that I've been doing, because people take for granted, like, well, he's just doing videos. I do everything off my cell phone. The thing is that I actually went to college for this. Like, my major was creative writing with a minor in communications. So all that stuff that they teach you about how to take pictures at different angles, make something look big, something look small. I was talking to my wife. I said, one of the things I didn't want to get an Ant-Man action figure because they don't make it in enough sizes. And while I'm talking to her, I was talking about, the only way I would be able to get Ant-Man and use him the way I would want to is that I would have to have a figure all the way over there in the corner and have Ant-Man in the camera angle right here, have him looking down like he's looking down at that particular action figure, so it can look like he's giant and everything like that. I said, that's how I could do it. And she started laughing. I said, damn it. I said, the fact that I said exactly what I was taught. Well, hell, I was taught to write too. Creative writing. What happened to your hero's journey? You promised one thing, you beat up the hero, you beat up the hero, you beat up the hero some more, you beat up the hero.
But at some point, you got to start teaching the hero, or the hero's got to start learning. It was just like 15 issues of ass kicking. And I'm like, damn, come on, man. It doesn't get a break for a second. Let him woosah. Get off of the man. Get off of him.
Can we say that they issued this? This is they had an alternate cover.
Yeah.
I would not, and I saw the alternate cover. Some of y'all have seen the alternate cover. Made its rounds on social media with T'Challa looking lumped up. John Ridley, here's some free game. T'Challa has a healing factor, my dude. See, this is why we don't want people like you on these comic books and everything like that, because your acclaim status as a writer when it comes to films, it means nothing to me. Because at the end of the day, my brother, you should have cared as much about T'Challa. Watch this. This me being petty. You should have cared as much about T'Challa as you cared about studying Eastern Asian languages. You didn't. You care way more about what you went to school for than what you was getting paid for. I can call your bald head ass out on that all day long. It ain't got nothing to do with the fact that you bald head. I don't like your bald head ass at this particular damn time. So I'm gonna go with that. It's real easy, my dude. So he got a healing factor. So if Logan can die in one issue and be back the next issue, T'Challa, who has been written by more accomplished authors than your irresponsible ass, should have been healed up, or as I guess the super soldier ass whooping, as I think that did you say that the super soldier? No, my man Aaron. I guess that super soldier ass whooping is just too much for his healing factor. But no, his ass shouldn't be looking lumped up unless you deliberately want him to look effed up on the front of a damn cover. That's literally a black man just dragging another black man, a real black man dragging a fictional black man. Damn, we got 3 of y'all now. We got Nate Moore, we got Ryan Coogler, and we got John Ridley. What y'all got? Y'all jealous of this dude? He ain't real. He not real.
And that's the part I don't get. You're equating this fictional character to a actual man. Okay, the character been around 50-something years before y'all even thought about putting him on the screen. So why is it that we cannot separate? We don't say Christopher Reeve is Superman. We do, but not to the point where we can't separate the two. Okay, it wasn't Superman that fell off a horse and got paralyzed. We know how to separate that, don't we?
Well, watch this. No, you know what? You're right. We do. And I said this and I apologize. See, this don't happen to T'Challa if we don't sign off on it. Because ain't nobody say not one point in time after Christopher Reeve, you know, God bless his soul, God rest the dead and everything like that. After he had that tragic horseback riding accident, nobody suggested killing no Clark Kent. That wasn't no suggestion.
Never ever.
And, you know, matter of fact, watch this. I go even farther. George Reeves, when he passed away, ain't nobody suggest not one time, hey man, we're gonna have to let it go. Adam West just passed, what, last year?
Nah, about 2016, I want to say.
2016? Ain't nobody say, you know what? The dude that brought Batman into the 70s, he gone. We're not gonna have to let it go. They don't suggest that. Even with Paul Walker's character, Brian O'Connor, nobody ever suggested killing him off in the movie. You know what they found a way? They said, you know what? We got to figure out how to do this movie. This is what they said. We have to figure out how to do this movie with his character without him in it. That's what that's
you know what? It's some very deep stuff going on in the comments. First, hello and welcome, Ashura. someone who is never dull and boring in the chat.
Right.
Ridley was basically trolling, Kamoyo Kid said. What up, kid? Grand Madam said really messed up the hero's journey. He probably never heard of it. I would think somebody who went to school for writing.
He didn't.
He had, well, he's in school and he's doing what did he go to school for? And what the hell is he doing writing screenplays if he ain't had no kind of official writing schooling?
Asian languages. That's what he studied. He studied.
Okay, well then that explains a lot. That explains a lot. Okay, and y'all gave this Negro an Oscar. And okay, all right. So then I know I can get an Oscar. Yeah, yeah, kick in the door, waving the fofo. I'm ready to write some more. You know, let's go. Shoot.
That's why when you look at his background and you look at how he feel about his own people, it's like, oh, hold on. You were raised in the Midwest.
Anyway, yeah, I said that out loud. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it, though. We ain't gonna stall them out. Let's go ahead and get into it. All this in the world too.
Get it in.
So we got what we got the first page opening up. Everybody and their mama in there fighting. T'Challa walking down the hallway would look like computer banks and everything like that. Looking just, but his face looked like he got into a fight with Mike Tyson. Whether we talking old Mike Tyson or prime Mike Tyson, he looked like
we talking Mike Tyson back in '85, who used to fight every 2 weeks. We talking that Mike Tyson. That he wasn't scared. That back when you didn't have to wait months for his next fight. He like, I'll fight you tomorrow. You know, yeah, he got that kind of ass whooping.
Hey, and the healing factor ain't kicking in at all.
I guess that super soldier ass whooping tat you up a little more than a normal.
And y'all need to know that's how my dog look on the alternate cover. Like the alternate cover issue 15 is like, damn, bro. Like, so on Black History Month, I mean, we just got out of February, so y'all don't want to stall the brother out at all. Like, that's what I kept asking. I was like, so y'all don't want to stall him out at all. Like, the dude just got blip. So y'all so he getting kidnapped. Oh, so now he zombie food. Oh, so now it's like, so the tragic ending seems to be the only hero tale T'Challa has. Never mind, I'm getting distracted. We go on page 2.
Yeah. Page 2 and 3 are actually a kind of a spread page with panels in between. Yeah, Theo's showing it there. And Jai is basically recounting the story of how he played T'Challa like a fiddle and did all of this manipulation with Wakanda and communication systems and kill switch. And everybody looked at T'Challa and said, ha, 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 it's all your fault. And when he finally figured out it was Jai, he confronted Jai, and Jai put hands on him too.
This dude just taking ass. Now, Jai ain't got no super soldier formula. And he whooping ass. And even
Jai and his wife put hands on T'Challa in this run.
You know what? And Amalolo told T'Challa the same thing. I'm better than you. Like, I don't see Barbara Gordon ever feeling like she can whoop Bruce's ass. I don't see Dick feeling like, hey man, I don't see Dick telling Bruce, man, I'm gonna whoop your ass. He know he gotta do some different stuff.
Although he has.
But we know he had to do some different stuff. Even with not Tim Drake, not him, Jason Todd. Jason Todd, as angry as he is, he know he ain't finna beat Bruce in no straight up fist fight. And everybody know that. So why we sitting up here acting like two folks off the street? You know we'll never sit up here and say, watch this. Forget the fact that he black. Sam Wilson, we're never finna sit up here and act like Sam Wilson is gonna be Steve Rogers' ass in a straight up fist fight. We're not. Tony Stark ain't even finna beat Steve Rogers' ass in a straight up fist fight. He not. So the dude that beat Kraven the Hunter when he had no powers, the same Kraven the Hunter that buried Peter Parker, this dude is getting lumped up by some people he trained while he has the heart-shaped herb in his system.
I guess I could be sarcastic and say a teacher's greatest joy is to be surpassed by his students. But let's move on, shall we?
It would be nice if the person that was writing the book actually read the book. But wait, hold on. He ain't got to read the book because hell, CB Sabowski is the editor-in-chief. Yeah, CB, I ain't letting your ass off. I'm not. Why you ain't say that?
Him or Will Moss?
All both of y'all. It's how many? Wait. It's 3 damn editors. You got Michelle Marichis, Will Moss, and CB Sabowski, assistant editor, and editor-in-chief. What in the hell was y'all doing? Like, was y'all?
See, I didn't want to say nothing. They going off on the comments about folks who can put hands on Batman. And I don't want at one time or another. And Gray, you can correct me if I'm wrong. What up, Gray? Every last one of Batman's sidekicks done put hands on him, except for Stephanie Brown.
Yeah, they have. But they, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't talk it up like that. You got these cats off the street. And then watch this. Them cats that Batman got history of training. Dick Grayson, been a robber. Tim Drake, robber. Jason Todd, robber. Cassandra Cain. But hell, she came in, she was introduced as a damn assassin. Who in the hell are Amalolo? They brand damn new. You wrote these characters OP off the rip. Then wait. So I touched on his healing factor, right?
Yes, you did, sir.
So when T'Challa examined Jai's body up close and personal, the dude who could literally track you by your soul did not know that this dude was still alive. The dude who has
that is yet another inconsistency on a long list of inconsistencies throughout this run. You know, it boils back down to what you said. He didn't do his research. He didn't read up on the capabilities of what T'Challa can and can't do, what T'Challa could and couldn't detect, and just did it like that.
Did he not care? Because I'm like this. If somebody said,
nah, he didn't care. It's obvious.
If somebody said with Theo, well, Jai probably did something to slow his heartbeat down. Okay, I'm gonna let you have that one. But T'Challa can literally track you down by your soul. So T'Challa would have realized Jai's soul had left his body. So what's the conversation? This is if you know this character's the full extent of this character's body. This is no different than
ain't he the king of the dead?
Right. This is no different than knowing if you throw Peter Parker out of a damn window and he happened to just latch onto the wall like this, he not falling no more. He ain't got to use both hands. He ain't got to have his full hand on there. If he just do like that right there, he might wrench his arm out of socket. But that's going to stop that fall right there. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, it's too easy, bro. Too easy. I told you we're going to get off in your ass tonight, calls. We're going to break down everything. You got the 2 OGs tonight. We're going to dissect this whole damn last 15. This is why Eve Ewing was laughing her ass off.
Bruh, I had no idea. I'm just like, wow. I mean, my man, it's like, have you ever like, I've never been this kid, but I've seen this kid. You the last person that you can't leave to go out to recess until you finish your work. And you got them last 3 problems left and you just scribble down or whatever you feel like you need to scribble down and then run that mug to the teacher and go out the door. That's what John Ridley did with like 14 and 15. Well, hell, the whole run. But 14 and 15 was really like, I'm gonna hurry up because I gotta go. It's recess. So yeah, totes.
man, you know what? It's like, bro, like, but see, the thing is you know what kind of bothered me is his ass gonna get let off the damn hook. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody that call themselves, that's why I said only black celebrity I rock with is D-Real. The so-called black celebrities, entertainers, journalists, and everything like that sit up here and talk to this dude about this run, they're not gonna say nothing to him. And that's what made me think to myself, at the end of the day, they're a bunch of damn elitists. Like, man, it's a piece of hot damn garbage, man. You should be made to answer for this. You should be made to ask why the hell did you write this garbage? Like, you're a Black Panther fan. If you're not a Black Panther fan, why the hell did you take the job? If you just take the job to get the bag, you should be man enough to say, I don't give a damn about that character. I just wanted the bag. Say that. I respect that more. I won't like it. But I will respect it.
pause to ask everybody to like this video. Like this video. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Like this
like
video.
that. And then if you ain't went over to the channel and liked the video over there, just go over to the channel. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, just like all the videos over there and everything like that.
Like. Wherever you see these two faces, like it.
Look, we off in this thing. Where we at? The next page, he didn't kick Jai in the chest, broke some ribs.
Yeah, yeah. But that's hypothetical. Because when we go back to the very next page, Jai still holds the spear. And
still standing up there.
Yeah. And instead of all of that going down, we look a couple pages later, he hands the spear to T'Challa, gives it to him, and tells him everything he did, everything he messed up, everything he wrecked, everything he set awry, he did for his king.
To put the dude back on the throne. But you know what? Let's touch on that, because as I said in my video, I thought it was odd because, okay, we said we want to. John Ridley is the writer. And it's on this page right here. This page right here. Down at the bottom. John tells him, one last weapon at my disposal, the truth. I know what they've done to you, T'Challa. Not just exile you from Wakanda, but they have elevated Namor in your stead. I know what they've done to you, T'Challa. Not just exiles you from the MCU, but they have elevated Namor in your stead. Those who preside over Wakanda are fools. Those who preside over Marvel Studios are fools. It's only a matter of time before Namor strangles them with their own naivety and our motherland along with them. It's only a matter of time before Marvel Studios strangles our people with their own naivety and our motherland along with them. You rule with a steady will and a caring heart. That's true about this character. Whatever mistakes you made, they were for the good of Wakanda. That's actually true about this character canon-wise in the comics. But the one mistake from which Wakanda will never recover is not having you as our king. But the one mistake Marvel Studios will never recover from is not having you as their king. That's the truth, T'Challa. Now, maybe I'm reading too much stank into it, but that line of dialogue, that line of verbiage, it really don't fit in with the rest of this comic.
I got a question. Okay. Now, that line of dialogue that you just read from Black Panther number 15 is dialogue that could easily be interpreted as something a pro recaster might say. Written by someone who sounds like anything but. Do you find that ironic?
I did. I mean, when he said, that is the truth, T'Challa, for the sake of our nation, I pledge myself to restore you to your rightful place on the throne of Wakanda. That sounds like something a pro recaster would say.
Yeah. Will we be willing to go to the links that Jai did, though?
I don't know if that's a loaded question, because different strokes for different folks. As somebody said before, everybody not built that way. Everybody got to play their role. And as you know, as you and I stated, you will have a frontal assault, but the frontal assault is just part of the battle. It's not the entire battle. You would have battle that's a propaganda battle that's waged. You would have what they call the cybernet war that is waged. You will also have espionage, spy. This is the only, I guess this is the spy stories playing off and everything. But espionage is part of war too, part of a battle too. So I don't necessarily see it as my nature to be the one that's going to be sneaky. Can I be? Yes. Is that what I like doing? No, I prefer to strategize and just beat your ass straight up front. Like, I want you to know I was just smarter than you. So,
right.
But it's not to say that a pro recaster would take this route. I can't say it would be me, but I can't say somebody wouldn't take it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, because we didn't think they was gonna walk. We didn't think they was gonna run up on the White House on January 6th. But you know, it ain't something we would have did. We just would have voted again.
Hey, like my man Earthquake say, I would have loved to be Capitol Security that day. Bow, 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 bow. What are you doing? Making the country safe for democracy.
It's one of them things. It's one of the things when I look at cats like John, really, it's like, man, y'all got to be careful, man, because, and we're going to touch on this when we get to the Will Smith and Chris Rock situation, but y'all got to be careful because there's some people out here that are just that passionate, and they grown folks and passionate about fictional characters. You don't know what you risking when you coming out here. Like when they talked about He-Man, King Grayskull was black, people lost their whole damn mind. When they was talking about what they was gonna do with the girl being the main character and He-Man, people lost their damn mind. It's like, man, you never know how people feel. Like it might be that one person that is just that anal, and they come see you, and then you got, you know, you're not gonna be able, you want to say, well, man, I was just doing my job. No, you wasn't doing your job. Some people will make you answer for the slight sins that you committed, and I'm not.
Yeah. Just like that mess right now that's going on with April O'Neil on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's like, hey, she was black first.
See, I'm ignorant. See, I was never into the Teenage Mutant
Ninja Turtles. And she slowly morphed into a white woman.
Now, see, watch this. This is when now I would say to you to do a video on it, because I know at least 2 YouTubers.
Hey, Dot already got it, but I mean, I could.
Yeah, because I know at least 2 YouTubers, at least 2, one white, one black, that swear up and down April O'Neil was white. Yep, I know at least 2. And see, you know me.
Go back and look at the comics.
No. I believe you. You know, like I said, I was never a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. But, you know, Mr. Smith would allude to that, because if they would say right now, if they wanted to, somebody could have made an argument that Fastos was white, because Fastos' portrayal in the comics ain't never been like it's supposed to be. They can't ever, for whatever reason, get skin tone right and everything like that. We know he's a black Eternal. So I'm with you. Hell, Hulk was supposed to be green off the rip, but because of the color scheme, they had to do gray first. Same thing with the Beast. So I'm right there with you. I just wish before people was out here spouting rhetoric, they would actually do the research. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles started off as a comic book, not as a cartoon. So if you're going to go back and research it, pick up the book first. If your first introduction was the cartoon, that's your second introduction.
Keita is in the comments, and she said April O'Neil is of mixed race. But as we well know, if you got one drop of black blood,
but
they call you black.
To her point, to Keita's point, to your point as well, because I didn't know that. See what I just said? I'm 50-something years old, did not know that April O'Neil was mixed black.
Because they whitewashed her.
Now, see, here's the thing. I have it within me to say, hey, you know what? Let me go find out for myself. Hold on. There's way too many of us that just will go off of what somebody says. And I'm telling you, like I said, I know at least 2 YouTubers, and they got more subscribers than we do. Oh, they going hard in the paint talking about April O'Neil was never black.
My man Dre Mack is in here. Dre Mack's in the building, and Dre Mac, are you into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, or is it G.I. Joes and Transformers? I know it's one of those great 80s franchises.
G.I. Joe was there. G.I. Joe.
Hey, where my Baroness? Have you seen this Baroness?
G.I. Joe was there. Y'all should have been here.
Bruh, this Baroness is clean. Look at all that weaponry she come with.
Man, listen, I like that. I feel that.
Baroness got guns, don't she? She got guns.
I'm gonna have to get the Baroness on the Cobra Hiss.
Oh, okay. Now, which one do you like? Do you like that Baroness better, or the Baroness from Snake Eyes? You saw the line from the movie Snake Eyes, right? Okay, so which Baroness do you like, the original one or the one they made for that movie?
I'm gonna say the one they made for the movie.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Okay. You know, going back to the action figure thing, Earth 421. I don't really like the Viper as an action figure, so she ain't running Hydra.
Hey, here, my man coming through already. Dre Max said Kevin Eastman's ex-wife, April Fisher, was the basis of April O'Neil, and her first appearance was white and then looked more like his wife in issue 11. So how does that work? So, because I know later on she stayed white most of the time, but then in like 2018 they had an animated series and they made her a little teenage black girl, and nobody said nothing.
See, you know what? It's almost like, you know what? If we're
selective outrage,
it's one of them things where it's like the only reason why we having these discussions because we'll be talking about April O'Neil. Well, okay, you know what we would prefer better than April O'Neil? You want to make a black, white, Jew, Gentile, or whatever? Why not just introduce brand new character into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
These things will say he didn't see the Baroness figure.
Oh, yeah. That's the Baroness is gonna be running Hydra. Her and she gonna be running Hydra, and Deathstroke. Deathstroke is gonna be my munitions manufacturer for Dr. Doom. Mars.
You done got me started.
And I want to welcome the newest hero to the team. I know y'all gonna be like, Theo, that's a hero. It's a hero on Earth 421. Well, he is a hero. Y'all gonna laugh about this one because this is about representation. Well, to me, it's about representation. I've been wanting this action figure for like almost a year and a half now, 2 years. And it's a brother. Y'all not gonna think it's a brother when I show him to you, but those of y'all that read comics, y'all know he's a brother. Y'all know he's a brother. And he wasn't portrayed like he was a brother in the movie that he was in, but y'all know he a brother. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it a one time to Mr. Caliban. Y'all go ahead and clap that thing on up. Y'all clap that thing on up.
Oh, Caliban. Not Caliban.
Clap that thing on up. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that Caliban is an albino, which makes him a brother. So y'all go ahead and clap that thing on up. Yes, this is a brother, and I've been wanting to get him for the longest time because I needed the brother. You know, I'll be trying to get all the brothers and sisters now. I'll be trying. So this is a brother. This is a brother. But y'all clap it up one time for Caliban, the albino, that nobody knew was an albino, because when they put him in Logan, that last Wolverine movie, he was not portrayed by a brother. I don't know who that was. But
now yeah. What are black action figures? We all over the place tonight. Did we finish this thing with the Black Panther with this 15? Are we done with issue 15?
We're coming back to issue 15. We just
okay. Yeah, I wanna finish his grits up real nice. So we ain't letting him off the hook that easy. Sorry, we got sidetracked with that turtle tangent. Ooh,
we did.
Okay. T'Challa gets the spear. Jai gives him the spear. And says he might as well just go ahead and kill him because I'll let you know I did all of this stuff, even though I did it in your name. I still did all of this stuff. And with that swole up Mitch Green looking face.
Hey, my dog listen, if my dog don't look like he got caught by Mike with a two-piece.
Bruh. And then you don't end him when you got the chance. And you know what I said? You know what I thought about, Theo, when I saw this? I immediately thought about Captain America Civil War and that same damn situation with Zemo when he got him dead to right. Oh, the living are not finished with you yet. They should be. You know what I'm saying? But now we gotta be better. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, folks like John Wick get to kill 97 people and don't nobody say nothing.
Watch this. In the grand scheme of things, before we continue this story, aside from Achilles being killed, aside from
killing himself,
right? What did y'all do? In the grand scheme of things,
orchestrated and manipulated.
He ain't killed nobody. That was one of the most non-peaceful world takeovers I ever seen. Hey, what was his overall message? Hey man, listen. Just go out here and do what you just go out here and act right. You do whatever you want to do, just go on out here and act right. Ain't that what our parents tell us? Hey, do whatever you want to, just act right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Because if you don't do right, you know what's coming. That's what he said. So I'm like, if T'Challa's kill switch program was to non-violently take over the world, it's worse things could have been done. If that was his plan for world domination, I've seen a whole lot worse. I've seen a whole
Secret Empire was a lot worse.
What the Illuminati been having planned is a whole lot worse than this right here.
And but them hypocrites go get to throw stones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I bad we read the comic books.
It's all French if you ain't never read a comic book. Them two Dominican ladies in the bodega that you can't understand what they saying. Sorry. Need to learn the language.
So then we got T'Challa with the spear over his head, like, man, I can't do it. I'm like, well, he ain't really done nothing for you to do. Like, if you think about it, you know, you wasn't gonna kill Achilles because that ain't what you do. You wasn't gonna kill him. Stop lying. You was capping. You was mad. You beat his ass, but you wasn't gonna kill him. Achilles killed himself. Which I don't understand. You know, it's crazy because between Achilles and Njadaka from the movie, these cats just don't like jail time. I don't understand. They don't believe in being incarcerated at all. They're not gonna do that.
Wakandan jail must be terrible.
Listen, I'm a Lolo come down the hallway, and I guess she had to be switching. Like, this looked like a bad little walk right here. This looked like a bad little walk she got going on.
that Black Widow hot girl summer walk.
Yeah. Now here's my thing. She tells T'Challa says, I indoctrinated you, I encourage you, I have no right to judge you. Amalolo says, then step aside, T'Challa. I'm thinking, wait a minute, hold on. Because first of all, y'all weren't supposed to be smashing each other. That's first and foremost. Y'all weren't supposed to be smashing each other. And then if I remember the story right, he wasn't the only one that Amalolo was smashing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's one of the things.
Because when she thought he was dead, she was like, well, hey.
Right. So, you know, she says, told you when this began, I'd take the head of the person who murdered the man I love. Even it was the man I love who killed himself. Wait, what?
I'm killing whoever made me feel this way, is what it boils down to.
So she's just a typical angry black woman. Stereotypical angry black woman.
Hey.
Ladies, I didn't write this.
Hey.
I did not write this. John really wrote this, and he don't like y'all like that because he used to portray y'all.
Hey, I just work here.
So T'Challa says, I can't let you, Amalolo. She says, you can't stop me. Wow, he can't stop. Guess not, because he been getting his ass whooped for 15 issues. What's another ass whooping? You can't stop.
She put hands on him too. That's why she feel that way. I mean, he beat her up and showed her like, hey, girl.
Wait, let's get to this Wakandan verbiage, the Wakanda vernacular. We on YouTube and we grown, so we gonna say it like he wrote it. I can't let you, Amalolo. You can't stop me. And if you think I'm fucking around, then try me. That's how they talk in Wakanda?
Bruh.
If you think I'm fucking around, try me.
Bruh. Go ahead. Hey, go ahead and put that accent on it.
Hey,
if you think I am fucking around, go ahead and try me.
Wait, is that how they talk in the Midwest? Or is that how they talk in East Asia?
That sounds like some folks in Kansas City off of Prospect and 39. That what that sound like right there. Hey, so
shout out to Killmonger. My girl said, if you think I'm fucking around, I know that's what she said. She either said, if you think I'm fucking or shitting, but you know, we got
it is the F word. That's the only one that seems to go there appropriately.
Now watch this. Watch this. Now I'm a dude. You're a dude. Mr. Smith's a dude. Everybody's a dude, right? So
except for Grandmadam
and Grandmadam and Miss Keita, you know. And I'm gonna say that while I'm saying that when I go right here, because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with all this soft and feminine energy that's going on around here. Because first the child like, oh, I can't do it, and then Jai's like, man, just go ahead and kill me. I would rather just have you kill me than you, because you wounded me. So here we come, Amalolo, because the females don't give two damns. They're not sharing the sentiment that the dudes doing. This females
gangster. She the only one gangster in the equation.
Bruh, he said it's all right, T'Challa. I mean, what difference does it make? For the chaos I've caused, the lives I've taken. What life? You ain't killed nobody, dude. He says,
but it's a comic book and it's a situation, so we just gonna assume maybe those other kill switch agents that were out there fighting the Avengers, maybe he's referring to them. I don't know.
You know what it was? This comic book is for the person that didn't pick up the first 14 issues. That's what this is for. So he said, and it's time to pay. T'Challa, they hugging each other. This dude just lumped you up a couple of issues ago. Y'all hugging it out? I'm sorry, Jai. I'm so sorry. So you can't stop Amalolo from wanting to whoop his ass? She come walking down the hall like she want all the smoke. You still the king. You say, hey man, I can't do it. She like, then get the hell out the way then, because I got smoke for his ass. Why you want to kill him? I want to kill him because he killed the man that I was in love with, who just happened to be him, that's still here, but I'm still mad, so I want to kill him. What? Hey, bro, listen.
Hey, you know what, Theo? I don't even chalk that up to no typical Black woman thing. That's not even that just sounds ludicrous. And this is supposed to be well, we have established he's not a writer. He's an Asian anthropology student. Well, who would say that? Who would say that? Okay, I'm looking for the man who killed Theo. Theo says, D, it was me. I did. So, well, Theo, you made me think you was dead. So now that I found out you alive and you ain't dead, I'm gonna kill you.
Wait, that's if we friends. But getting the fact they were smashing each other.
Hey.
Wait,
hey,
but T'Challa like, so her telling you to get the hell out the way is you finna peace out? You finna just leave it between them? Before you was mad that they was smashing. Now she wants some street justice. Now you like, hey, bro, I got a burst between y'all. I gotta go, dog. Like, wait.
I'm gonna chalk that up to, obviously she was angrier than T'Challa was. So why did she have a reason to be angrier? Because
wait, hold on.
John Ridley said it don't have to make sense because I don't know how to properly write a Black woman and her attitude.
Wait, Wasn't it? They weren't supposed to be smashing anyway. Like they didn't even want T'Challa to know that they were. So it was seem like the dude, the person that's got the time, that really. Cause yeah, John, I ain't gonna let you off the hook. You hinted around that these cats was gay. You did. You flirted that out there.
He did like around issue 5, 6, and you made the comment sound so ambiguous. It was the way he said it was, oh, I loved him, and I forget the exact words, but it's like this a comic book, dude. You know what I'm saying? We need to be, ignorant and masculine, and you didn't have enough of that ignorant masculinity for us, at least enough to assuage us.
Watch
you know what I'm saying?
He knew what the lick read, or somebody at Marvel knew what the lick read, because this is when Mr. Smith was going hard and everything like that. So and we was doing videos on it too. So somebody probably put that where, hey, no, do that. Don't, no, you can't. We're not. That this not the character to do that with. We can do this with Tosin. We can do this with Tosin, but we're not. You talking about the dude that dated Monica?
Grand Madam said T'Challa hugged up on Jai again.
He done hugged. You know what?
Hold up. yeah. Actually, he was hugged up on him right there. He hugged up on him one more again while she chopped his head off. I love you, my play brother.
You ready? He getting more love and affection from Jai than he got from Aurora.
He got more love and affection from Jai than he got from anybody. Everybody was kicking T'Challa in the balls every chance they got on this run. Everybody.
So, let's go with it like this. So T'Challa look at Amalolo and she say, go. And I'm like, bro, when do you start answering? Bro, you a whole damn emperor. Like, bro, what is, like, you act like you scared. So he walk away. And it's Giant Amalolo. And she says,
but they got T'Challa looking like Gangstalicious before he walked off though. You remember on Boondocks? You remember Gangstalicious?
Yeah.
They got him looking like Gangstalicious.
Yeah, looking sad, all
like
sad.
He ain't really hard. He just pretending to be hard.
What he said? Can I just? Jai trying to talk to. I just want you to know that I always loved you. I just love T'Challa a little bit more. Come again, say what? What? Fool? No, you didn't. Listen. As soon as you and Amalolo did the what they call it, the horizontal tango.
Play tango, polka, take the dance of your choice.
Stop all that capping. Stop all that John, because see, I could talk about Jai saying it, but you wrote it. John, that don't make no damn sense. And then this was the coldest line. I like this line. It's the only line that I might, if I had to borrow from John Ridley, it would be this one. Well, she says, yeah, I know nothing messes people up more worse than love. And he says to Amalolo, do me a favor and make it. And she cuts his head off and says, that quick enough for you?
Quick enough, boy.
I was like, so I like character development. I do. Let's talk about this. I like character. And I know some people have had, because they don't like John Ridley, they want the characters that John Ridley introduced to just go away. You and I read comic books, we know that T'Challa's number count of actual comics should be in the 600s. He came out in 1966. But because you have authors,
he wasn't in his own official comic until 73.
Right. So we're saying maybe issue 500. He should be in 500, but he's in the twos because this is what in the legacy line. This is
he's had at least 4. What 1, 2? Yes, 4 break 5. No, 6. Right. 6 breaks between runs on his comic book. 6.
And then you find it when it comes to continuity. You can't get continuities between the writers because they don't build on what the other writer laid before them. What they do is they start them over from ground zero. Eve Ewing, this is me talking to you. it is very, very important that we tie up the loose ends. This hot garbage from John Ridley, where he's being kicked out of his country while he's a whole damn emperor of a galaxy. You cannot be kicked out of a country on a planet when you're the emperor of a galaxy of planets. That's not even possible. So I don't know what John really got going on. So that needs to be wrapped up. Don't kill off Tosin. Tosin is a character with some potential. If there's a way to bring back Achille and Jai, bring those characters back. John Ridley, you are effing fool for killing off those two characters because one character was brought in to replace W'Kabi. You would know that if your stupid ass read a damn comic book. But in you introducing Jai, you could have now had a character that would have replaced Azuri. But you don't know anything about that because you're a stupid ass writer. So now you have to have it where Eve Ewing comes in and replaces Jai, because Jai was supposed to be Achilles' replacement, who was W'Kabi's replacement. So now we got to start off with another damn character again for no damn reason whatsoever. So my plea to Eve Ewing is to build upon the writers that came before you. This is how you establish a character's history. It cannot be where we keep starting over from ground zero with T'Challa.
And if I might be so bold, as to expound on that, a prime example of that was the resurgence of the X-Men comic in the 70s. Now in the 60s, the X-Men was like bam, boom, 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 hit, hit, hit. And into the early 70s, the X-Men comic books started to decline. Wasn't nobody reading X-Men comic books. And matter of fact, they were doing reprints of old stories from previous X-Men comic books in the X-Men comic books. And then along came Giant Size X-Men #1 and introduced that lineup of X-Men. That lineup of X-Men was originally written by Len Wein and Dave Cockrum, or written by Len Wein and illustrated by Dave Cockrum, or the other way around. But then Chris Claremont took over. Chris Claremont didn't change anything that Len and Dave did. He expounded on it. He took what was there and built on it, cultivated it. John Byrne came after Chris Claremont. John Byrne didn't change anything Chris Claremont did. He expounded upon it. And Paul Smith came after John Byrne. Paul Smith didn't change anything anybody did. He just expounded on what they were doing. And then Chris Claremont came back. And Chris Claremont kept doing what everybody else had built before him. The problem with Black Panther is you get a writer, okay, you're a good writer, but you don't write Black characters well. Okay, and then you get Black writers to write this Black character. And then what those Black writers do is say, I'm gonna write a story about how I think the Black Panther should be. And I ain't saying it ain't good. I ain't saying it's bad. Okay, but then you get another writer that comes behind this writer and says, I ain't gonna do what he did. I ain't even gonna take none of what he did. I'm gonna go get some whole different shit and I'm gonna make this what it is. And then you got two separate legends of the character, and then you got a third writer that comes along and does something entirely different. Now, while each of these three writers are respected because they did what they were supposed to do within the realm of the source material, that's fine. But then you got my man come along and he don't respect shit that came before him. None of those 4 or 5 artists, nothing they wrote. He just said, I'm gonna deconstruct all this shit and then I'm gonna leave. What was your end goal, Ridley? You to just deconstruct the character and say, peace, I'm out, drop the mic and leave?
He would never, that's the thing that I don't like. He would never be held accountable for that. To your point, building on these characters. So going back to the part where they kind of hinted around that Shuri is going to pick up the mantle again. Eve Ewing, My challenge is this: characters grow and evolve. James Rhodes put on the Iron Man armor, has morphed into War Machine, and the War Machine armor actually at one point in time didn't even look like human armor. It looked like space age armor. But he's War Machine. He's War Machine. What John really did throughout his run is he ignored canon. He ignored history. He ignored Black Panther lore. So I get it, having read Black Panther Unconquered and everything like that. Shorty, you wanna tease her in the Black Panther costume again. Well, if Ta-Nehisi Coates gave us the griot Shorty and John really didn't do a damn thing, who writes Shorty in her current form? Barbara Gordon went from being Batgirl to being Oracle. Are you here to tell me that the writers over in DC can take the heroine who's paralyzed and make her interesting as a paraplegic, but that the writers over in Marvel can't take the sister who has superhuman powers? The argument could be made that she's more powerful than her brother. Are you meaning to tell me y'all cannot develop her character to the point where she can stand alone and not have to be draped in a Black Panther costume? Is that what you're telling me? Because John Ridley, being John Ridley, I'm gonna excuse him for having her still use her Panther blast, her Panther sonic blast, because he's just a dumbass as a writer, not as a person, but as a writer. He's a dumbass. He's a nincompoop. Anybody worth their salt would know that, between the fact that she's superhumanly strong, can turn into stone, can take on the abilities of anybody that's died, whether they be human or animal, and take on their damn memories, because she's able to literally do the same thing T'Challa can do, can turn into a giant, can turn into either one giant raven or a flock of ravens. Why is that person dependent? Oh, my bad. And the fact that they've been trained on how to whoop ass by their brother. Why does that person need to be the Black Panther again? If that person, if that character needs to be the Black Panther again, that means you lack the ability to tell an interesting story about her the way she is now. Sad to say, the dude that preceded you didn't even damn try. But she does not need to be back in a Black Panther costume for you to tell an interesting story that's going to gravitate readers towards Shorty. In case you missed it, she had 12 issues of her own and then 4 Panthers of the Claw. Nobody gives a damn about Shorty in the comic books. Eve, this ain't the movie theater. You're writing for comic book fans. Nobody cares about Shorty being the Black Panther except movie fans, and they ain't comic book fans. If you got to write her as T'Challa, because that's essentially what you would be doing, you would be writing her as T'Challa. That means you don't know how to write her as Shorty. Write it. Write her story, not the female version of T'Challa. Write Shorty's story. I'm sorry, my bad. That's my diatribe about Shorty.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say we got a question here. Someone asked if we think Walter Mosley could write T'Challa well. Walter Mosley, if I'm not mistaken, is best known for the Easy Rawlins novels, a detective named Easy, a Black detective named Easy Rawlins, who you might recognize from the Devil in a Blue Dress movie. That character is who he's talking about. The guy who wrote that character, would he be able to? The only thing, and I think somebody mentioned it in the comments, the only caveat I would have about that is I have misgivings about writers directors, whatever, if sci-fi or superhero-based material or things of that nature was never their forte, their foray into it is going to be fair to middling at best. So if you want a fair to middling product, then let somebody like a Walter Mosley do it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the rule, not the exception. And I don't think he's that exception that's going to knock it out the park.
Not only that, but I think we've seen it, we've experienced it as readers of this character, that it's not always about a race thing.
No, it's not. Not at all. Jason Aaron and Jonathan Hickman do a fantastic job with depicting T'Challa in a respectful way. I don't see why that's so hard for Black artists to do.
Right, and to your point, and I want to thank you and Mr. Smith for putting me up on game last year. Don McGregor did a much better job writing T'Challa than John Ridley did, and he wrote T'Challa. I think
Don McGregor is still invited to the barbecue. Okay, Don McGregor has wrote the most respectful T'Challa I ever seen a Caucasian man write.
And watch this. I want to say it was for the same number of issues, probably about 15 issues or something like that.
He wrote Jungle Action from issue 6 to issue 24.
Okay, so yeah, about 18 issues. So my thing is like, man, that to me, just as a brother, that would be a huge slap in my face to know that somebody that don't look like me showed more care. Because that's it. Like, that's the side-by-side comparison. Because what was you said, what was it? He said 6 to 22?
24.
So
24.
So 24 minus 6 is 18. So he wrote 18 issues.
18 issues.
You figure 18 issue story run, and it was an arc. It was a story arc. So an 18 issue story arc from Don McGregor, Caucasian, 15 issue story arc, because this was a story arc from John Ridley. It's not even close.
Also, he was willing to take more risks. First Man depicted a gay couple in comics. Also, on his run in Amazing Adventures with Killraven, he depicted the first interracial kiss between a Black man and a white woman.
So it's one of them things when you look at like, bruh, how do you have it where the dude in the 70s wrote this dude better than you doing in 2023? Like, damn what you heard. Damn what you heard. So if y'all have not read Jungle Action, go cop that. Go cop that, go get that. I'm here to tell you, he wrote this dude better in 18 issues than this dude wrote him in 15. And it ain't even close. That shouldn't even be possible. That shouldn't even be possible. There's no way in the world a white dude should be able to write a African king more as an African king than a Black dude who's a self-professed Black man. That should not even be possible.
And John Ridley ain't invited. You can't have no potato salad. You can't have no hot dogs. You can't even have no coleslaw, John Ridley. Don't even show up. If you do, I'm sicking the dog on you.
Like, to me, that's the thing. Like, man, you gotta care. So to me, it's not even about race. It's about, do you care? Because I'd rather take my chances on somebody that's not Black, that actually cares about the character, than somebody that's Black that maybe don't give two damns about the character. I don't want that. I want you to give me a great story. I want you to give me some character development. As Madam Tara would say, Grand Madam, I want you to give me the hero's journey. I want there to be some prolific changes, some profound changes. I want the character to be better coming out of the story than they were coming into the story. I want to see other characters rise up. If you're gonna give me Shuri as Black Panther, then where is T'Challa's? Because we ain't even got his rogue gallery of villains yet, right? So where's his family of heroes? Because where's Vibraxis at? Hunter could be a hero, but we got him over here with in Sam's comic beefing with him. So we talk about Peter got a whole family of heroes. Cap got a whole family of heroes. Why we can't have this dude get a family of heroes? Stop trying to replace him and add to him. Like we talk about black people, we talk about black. Somebody told me black pride means something else today, but black man, black pride. We talk about black unification. What's wrong with this dude having a black? What's wrong with having a family base of heroes surrounding T'Challa in Wakanda? Like, what is so like? What y'all got going on? Like, that don't we want to replace it. Why not just add? Why you want to add? Why Tosin couldn't have been his Robin? Why Gentle can't come back to Wakanda? He ain't doing nothing over there in the X-Men. Bring his Wakandan ass back to Wakanda. If we got the agents of Wakanda, damn it, let's have it. We got the Bat family. Let's have the Panther family. Why we ain't got these? Now see, look at this. Because Wakanda is a city, right? Why we ain't got Wakanda heroes? What we doing? Add to the dude. Stop trying to get rid of the dude and then add to the. Never mind.
And now here's the perfect opportunity. I don't know, because last night in the live last night, somebody was asking me about was comments about how come over here in John Ridley's comic book, T'Challa got kicked out of the Avengers, but we got at least 2 or 3 other comic books running over here where T'Challa's still in the Avengers, and then we got another comic book, Avengers comic book, coming out brand new with a whole new lineup of Avengers, and T'Challa's in that one too. Explain. So my thing is, ask your man John Ridley and them, because John Ridley sound like he in a pocket dimension with Franklin Richards doing his own thing, and we just gonna poof that out.
It's crazy that the person said it to you, because I've been rocking with the Avengers lately, and the reason why I started rocking with them because they have the Universal Avengers across the timeline and everything.
Right.
Like that. So
and you've seen who Avenger Prime is, right?
Yeah, that's interesting. But it makes sense though. It makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world. So it was one of the things where T'Challa, see, and people not gonna know this because John Ridley ain't doing, like, you don't know what was going on with Wakanda doing X-Men versus Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals. You wouldn't know anything about that. T'Challa actually didn't get kicked out the Avengers. He actually asked Nighthawk to step in for him while he took some time off to handle his business. That's how that got wrote in the Avengers. So it's like, even him stepping away from the Avengers don't match up with what John Ridley's saying. He didn't get kicked out. He left. And as a matter of fact, he ain't even been on their mission with the Avengers. He hasn't. He's been, because they
quarterbacking.
T'Challa was in Wakanda doing his own thing. That's literally how they wrote that in the Avengers. Nighthawk was his black replacement, which I don't know why, because he ain't done nothing over there since. T'Challa said, hey, they need somebody like you. They ain't used it. Nighthawk has been his replacement in the Avengers. And what's going to wind up happening? Soon as this storyline finishes up, the Mephistos that they fight and everything, and the Doctor Doom that they fight, soon as this storyline ends, where T'Challa asked Nighthawk to fill in for him, soon as this storyline ends, T'Challa comes back to the Avengers. More than likely, as far as the Avengers are concerned and the author over there is concerned, none of the stuff John Ridley been talking about took place. He ain't got no ass whooping from Cap. They probably won't even address that over there in the Avengers. Probably won't. Because watch this. Sam is a Captain America over there in that next run. It's Sam, the Vision, Thor, T'Challa, Captain Marvel. Who am I leaving out?
Give me a second.
Because that's 5. I think it's a 7-person roster.
Usually is.
Did I say Thor?
Think you did. Where did I put that in? Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong. That was funny. Here we go. There, that one. Okie doke. Well, we spent way too much time. We spent way too much time on this. Yeah. See, I got a lot of Super Bowl pictures. You're like, I don't want to hear about your Super Bowl pictures. Just find, just find the roster. It is Scarlet Witch, Black Panther, Vision, Iron Man, Thor, Captain Marvel, and Sam.
And Sam.
Yep. So that's your 7-man roster.
I bet you they don't even address what was going on in Wakanda. And it's a huge story arc. So that says a lot. It says a lot that the writers that's working for the same company you are don't even acknowledge what the hell you got going on over there. Like, that says a lot in and of itself. But we're going to keep going. I guess our Lolo comes out, T'Challa looking dejected, looking busted and disgusted, sitting there. T'Challa ain't put hands on nobody this whole damn issue. He acted tough, but he ain't busted great. He saw the drugstore cotton. She throw the bag at him. Look, I do not need you, and your lies did this, T'Challa. Look, she hands him the bag with what you mean? He ain't even hand you the knife, the sword that you used to cut Jai's head off. How is this his fault?
Him and his lies did it, but ain't nobody else, the royal family, Ramonda ain't responsible for none of this. Oh, how quickly we forget.
Watch this. I guess Shuri didn't have it at can I say this be petty? I guess Shuri didn't have Atlantis invaded. That wasn't her. I guess Namor didn't flood Wakanda with the Phoenix Force.
What is that? If that ain't the biggest chunk of incontinuity I've ever freaking seen, there is no scenario, there is no situation where I am going to make my worst enemy who done killed people who live next door to me my protector.
Can I see if I got this right? So, Avengers versus X-Men. The Avengers about to take an L. Wanda, she wasn't asked. Transported the whole team to Wakanda because that was the safest place. T'Challa didn't ask Wanda to transport them to T'Challa. I'm gonna say to Wakanda. She did that of her own free will. Am I right or wrong?
That is
am I right?
That's
okay. And this is for y'all that didn't read Avengers versus X-Men. And so Emma Frost, because she got part of the Phoenix Force in her too, she's able to realize, oh, they in Wakanda. Now Scott don't want to do nothing. Scott like, we gonna chill. But she tells Namor, I know where they at. What? I know where they keeping Hope. They got Hope in Wakanda. Now he could have went to Wakanda and asked peacefully. He didn't. He flew in on little tiny ass wings, using his trident and the Phoenix Force that he had, and raised that whole damn tsunami. Now it ain't like T'Challa didn't know this was coming, because when T'Challa was made king of the dead, he was made king of the dead, Bash told him, Wakanda is gonna be flooded and gonna be in flames. Flooded from Namor, in flames from Thanos and the incursion event. So I'm looking like, me and you, I'm nobody special. I'm just Theo. Hey, I ain't got the money that John really got, and I ain't working for Marvel, so I ain't got the resource. Like, I can't just walk in a room and just pick up a book and say, hey, let me get some research on. No, I actually got to go pay for it. I do. But if I know this, and D-Real know this, why you don't know this? Why you writing it like this? Because I can easily fact check you on this. Eve, we know this. We're not rookies. We know. We OGs out here. We read, and we got memories like elephants. So we looking like that don't match up. It don't match up.
We will be talking to you. We will be talking to you. Trust and believe. Because I'll be able, like I was telling them last night, I'll be able to figure out like 5 to 7 issues what direction is going to be going in. Just like I told y'all with the John Ridley thing. I don't see where this is going. And sure enough, 8 issues later, it didn't go nowhere. So trust and believe when I say, if Eve Ewing ain't on the ball, if I say Eve Ewing ain't on the ball, I ain't just whistling Dixie. It's 30, 40 plus years of comic book reading behind this, saying to you, hey, this ain't what this should be.
Let me tell you how bad it is. Marcus and I from back of the bus were reviewing, and I think Marcus tapped out of issue 5. Like, it ain't gonna get no better, man. I don't want to keep reading this. And that's the whole thing. It's like, we want these black characters treated a certain type of way, and the way we want them treated is no different than the white characters get treated. Like, what's baffling to me is I've been reading comics a long time. I didn't read some stories. I think the Clone Wars, we read that. What Days of Future Past, we read that. Darkest Night. Darkest Night was Jeff Johns. Oh my God, that's one of the greatest story events of all time. Like, I got every issue from Darkest Night. Like, I love that. How they did
is his story writing don't translate well to TV.
No, I don't. But the death of Superman was handled pretty well. So I got down with that. Bruce Wayne, his back being broke, that wasn't bad. Avengers Disassemble, that was a great story. We got some great reads. So I've read some stuff. The Clone Story with Spider-Man, Ben Riley, that was hard. That's hot garbage. Like, pick one. What you doing? I've never read something this bad. Like, I've never read a complete story run where it was bad. Like, in almost 55 years, April 21st, I've never read something this bad. Like, I like reading comic books. This is bad. I've never this bad. Like, I read Archie comic books, and I ain't never read Archie comic books that this was this bad. This bad. This bad. When we turn over to the next page, you got Namor standing in a Wakandan chamber. How the hell that happened?
With his Atlantean shit on. I'm like, what? I mean, low key, it looked like something out of a kung fu movie. You know, like he about to jump out and start doing karate, but nonetheless, why y'all got that's blasphemy. He up in y'all chambers with his Atlantean gear on, talking about, yeah, what's up, Wakanda? And everybody cool with that.
You know,
Ain't that the dude that flooded a couple years ago? What's he doing up in here? Said nobody.
Nobody. Like, John really act like we ain't read. I'm like, bro. So everybody, you know what it is? He probably thinking the people that he writing for didn't start messing with this character until 2016.
Sweet 16s.
No,
Sweet 16s. He's a Sweet 16.
He could never get asked questions by people that actually follow this character, because he would have to run up in his own ass, because he couldn't give no answers. And he not gonna get asked these questions by people that want to play it safe or want to get a job with Marvel or don't really read comics. He not gonna get asked these questions. His fellow writers not gonna ask him, like, why would you write that piece of garbage? Like, bro, you ain't ever gonna do nothing like this to Stephen King's writings. Never. Like, I shouldn't be able to call you on this, dude. Like, this ain't me being a fanatic. This is me just saying, I read the comic. Why didn't you? So
yeah. So here we are. Do we want to deal with this little situation with Tosin and him trying to get his little Mac thing on?
I will, because this little piece right here, I want to say it's in that Wakandan issue 4, I say, with Tosin on the cover, where this young lady actually plays a part, and it's actually in that story where it's hinted at that Tosin will die in the future and everything like that. So this is John Ridley trying to pay that off and everything like that. That's why she has that little thing attached to Tosin, so she'll know where he's at, just in case he needs her. I don't know if that's going to be paid off, though. I don't know if Eve Ewing is going to pay off anything that John Ridley has going on. Then we flip over to the next page, and we see Prime Minister Folasade telling Amalolo that, hey, she putting together a team. Really? You putting together a team? And that's why I say I'm here for it. Like, if her name is going to be called Black Knight or Blackest Night and everything like that, that's going to be the new alias. that
I
almost.
sincerely doubt it. I sincerely doubt it.
But to me,
we talk about Amalolo, right?
Amalolo, it would be one of them things to me was like, okay, as a writer, I don't like what John Ridley did, but I'm gonna take these characters and do something with them. I can make her a vigilante, a mercenary in Wakanda till T'Challa gets back on the throne, and then when he comes back, that's one more ally that he has. Flesh out the Black Panther family. So,
but this is hypocritical. If you think about it, it's very hypocritical because earlier in the series, she expressed that she didn't want this very job position that she's taking. So she's flipped or changed her mind. I mean, what event occurred that said, I need to take his job?
We don't like T'Challa. That's the only thing.
Now, and here's the bigger question I ask myself. Is that a reflection of the character speaking it or the writer who wrote it?
The writer. I'm gonna go with the writer because you're the writer. And I say it like this: if I wrote the book, if I wrote the book, Executive Decision, and I did, well, the characters based on people that I knew. It was a book that was low key based on me, so I had to sound like me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But when I write something, where the character's 100% fictional, like writing that story, that storyboard for Byron and everything like that, I wrote that because those were T'Challa's words, but those were my thoughts. If that makes sense, those were T'Challa's words, but those were my thoughts. So we can try and dress this up any way we want to. Yeah, these might be Amalolo's words, Prime Minister Folosar's words, but these are John Ridley's thoughts. He's putting his thoughts onto paper, and he's having these characters speak his thoughts out. These characters don't exist. I don't think they hitting him up in his dream to my, hey, say this for me. Write this down. Yeah, this my line right here. Nah, these are his thoughts. So before we move over to the Buffalo Soldier.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know how much it take to feed this big ass buffalo, but this is a big ass buffalo, and I believe buffaloes are vegetarians. So this buffalo is easily killing the grass wherever he roams.
So my thing is with the Buffalo Soldier, can he just disappear? Because I feel like there's no respectful way to do that. And if you were going to do that, a black buffalo soldier on a buffalo is not the way to do that. I can think of, again, a lot more respectful way if you're going to, make a hero as a salute to the Buffalo Soldiers. I can think of a lot more respectful ways to do that.
He need an update like a mug. Like, he need an update like that hat. Like, he don't need to look like the Buffalo Soldier from back in the day. Like, he need a 2023 update. Like, I don't know if he messed up.
Why can't the Buffalo Soldier have some kind of cyber equipment? Why can't the Buffalo Soldier be something mystic in essence, not necessarily a literal Buffalo Soldier on a Buffalo Soldier? That took no kind of creative thought process whatsoever. I'm going to make a character called the Buffalo Soldier. What's he going to look like? He's going to look like a Buffalo Soldier. What's he going to have? Weapons? He goes, yeah, I'm sure. Fuck it. Let's give him a Buffalo.
Listen, I want to say the Buffalo Soldier, I want to say he need the Nike treatment, but Nike be going overboard sometimes, so I don't know how to do that. But he definitely need to update in his uniform. Like, I'm with you. Like, he could be the Buffalo Soldier. He ain't have to be on the whole big ass buffalo like he did. Like, you ain't have to make your point like that. You could have easily just gave him some buffalo chevrons on the sleeves, kind of like from back in the day. You could have had him say, it's a shout out to my dad or my grandparents or my great grandfather who used to be a hero back in the day called the Buffalo Soldier. You could have really gave me see how I'm doing this? You could have really gave me a deep diving story arc into why this dude is being called the damn Buffalo Soldier, as opposed to the fact that he just on a big ass damn buffalo and he just happened to be a soldier. As you said, that takes no thought whatsoever. But now what I did find entertaining, because entertainment is your thing. Was the next page over?
The three crazy ladies from outer space.
When they said they talking crazy, Shooty says, really, really wish I knew what you were saying. And the purple one says, if you want to know what we're saying, all you have to do is ask.
He's like, whoa, wait a minute, y'all speak English?
Right. And so
the whole series, what, like 3-4 issues? They ain't said nothing in English.
Nothing. So the green one said, we speak 113 languages, 6 that haven't been invented yet. Well, how you know that's a language then?
Is that a hint that they may be from the future?
Listen, I don't know, but I want, now see, this is when I say I want characters back, because I like them. They, especially when they say
they are probably the best characters in his entire run.
Listen.
And they ain't pop up for like 3-4 issues.
Listen, when Shorty says, because I love this part, she said, wow. She said, if you have a second, I could use some advice. It has to do with my brother. So now they smart. She wants to get advice from 3 women she don't really know. Wow. Wish you'd have asked us half an hour ago. We have loved to have done some sister-to-sister bonding. Sister-to-sister bonding. That's how these aliens talk in Wakanda. That's, never mind. But we seriously gotta roll. We seriously gotta roll. That's how they talking. And then she says, but if you do make a call, make sure it's a last resort. And absolute no other way around it last resort, because things would get messy. How can I find you? Hashtag awesome death brigade. But remember, you're most desperate. We're all going to die last resort. Love you. I love that, because that tells me when they come and they set it off. Like they not coming to have no conversation when they
Okie dokie. Man, they done just, oh my goodness. Now this last part, this is my thing right here. Okay. Now we got all this fanfare, we got the ships, we got the doors lined out, we got all of this. Now, what are we looking at here? We are looking at an official exile, right? Ain't that what we looking at? He's being exiled. Why? Napoleon didn't get this kind of pomp and circumstance when he got exiled to the island of Elba. You know what I'm saying? So we got Namor's ass grinning like a fucking Cheshire cat, excuse my language, but he's grinning like a Cheshire cat, like, ha, 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 ha. Did they kicking you out? But I'm gonna be here. You ain't never gonna set foot on the land of your fathers ever again. Ha, 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 ha. You know, rubbing it in. Is this how we resolve the storyline? His enemy gets to laugh in his face. His enemy gets to be like, hi, bye, mwah, so long, sucker. That's how we resolve this storyline.
Let me say how it goes, because what T'Challa said, man, I know you're gonna do something slick. I know you're gonna do something slick and everything like that. And they would tell him like, no, that's what you expect me to do. What's slick? See, if I did something, that would mean they would have to bring you back. But if I don't do nothing, your ass stay gone. So I'm probably just not gonna do nothing, so your ass can stay gone. Listen, like you said, grinning like the Cheshire cat. Shooty tells the next page over, hey man, I know I told you I was gonna kick it with you. I'm gonna hang back here.
I gotta stay in Wakanda, fam. This thing's gotta be took care of in Wakanda. And now they gonna say, kneel to the king.
You know, for y'all not liking him, y'all pay him a lot of respect. And still acknowledging that he a king. So how are you exiling the damn king? How? Houseway. Just tell me houseway.
Another byproduct of the ineptness of the writer. I mean, we could take that as that's all of those people that are kneeling in agreement saying, even though the parliament said he's not king anymore, he's still our king. They doing a Colin Kaepernick. we know he ain't the king, but we gonna kneel anyway because this is how we feel.
It don't make, like she said, she laughed when she read it. So you didn't blame this dude for everything. You got the Dora Milaje telling him halfway through the series they don't give two damns about him and everything like that. But now they kneeling out of respect. Right. Hold on. To quote my brother from another, make it make sense. That's what D-Real would tell you.
It ain't making no sense. And just like you pointed out the other night. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you see.
I just want to know where I'm at. It ain't one dude in that picture.
Now, ain't that book called Black Panther?
It ain't but one dude in the picture.
Ain't this comic book called Black Panther?
It ain't called Wonder Woman.
It ain't nothing misogynistic, misandrous, misogynoir about that. If the name of that comic book was called Wonder Woman and that book was filled with a bunch of hairy barbarians, I'd be like, where's Wonder Woman? It's the titular character. What kind of message are you sending? The last frame on the last page in the whole comic book. And that's the message you want to send, party. We just like Wakanda forever.
He should be asked this question. When you took over the chores as writer for Black Panther, what was your goal? And is issue 15, did you know prior to starting your story that issue 15 would be your last issue? And with this being the preeminent Black superhero, honest thoughts, how did you feel about this character going in? How do you feel about this character going out?
Check this out, Theo. I'm about to take this and the other 14 Black Panther comic books, and I'm about to hermetically seal them up. Remember in Captain America Civil War when they had the super soldiers froze up and they was in Siberia somewhere and somebody had forgot all about them? We're getting ready to happen with that.
You know what we need to do with this? You know, I believe they had a book out, and I probably need to get it, just work on my costumes and everything like that. They had a book called How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way.
I remember that.
Okay. These 15 issues need to be bonded together, and be titled How Not to Write Comics the Marvel Way.
How not to write comics at all. Y'all in the comments, I know it seemed like we've been ignoring y'all, but we really have not been ignoring y'all. We passionate. And we gotta say what we gotta say. We gotta say it. Right? They still talking about the X-Men. I guess that was a very profound statement as far as the continuity of the X-Men not being changed. Because they went on to talk about Jim Lee. And then if I'm not mistaken, that Jim Lee run still remains the best-selling comic book of all time. If I'm not mistaken, that X-Men #1.
And that's the thing, like even like the stuff that they're doing with the X-Men right now, this is going to be stuff that they reference in the future. And that's the thing, that they build on the X-Men legacy. They build on the X-Men lore. And man, I get it. If I was writing Black Panther, no, I'm not trying to write Black Panther like Ta-Nehisi Coates wrote it. I'm not trying to write it like Don McGregor did it. I'm not trying to do it like Jonathan Hickman did it, Reginald Hutton did it. Yes, I'm going to do it my way, but I'm going to respect the legacy, the lore, the stories that came beforehand. And if anything, I would want to take those characters that haven't necessarily been brought up before. I think what is it? It's in a Wakanda issue 5. Me and Marcus reviewed it. Baron Macabre shows back up.
That's the Okoye story.
Yeah, the Okoye story. He shows back up. So this is a villain that hasn't been around. Bring him around, build him up, use him, make him an arch nemesis. You know what?
Got a few like that. He's got a few like that.
T'Challa is lacking too much Eric, not lacking. He's suffering from too much Eric Killmonger. And I think DC realized a while ago, we can't keep having it where Batman goes up against the Joker. We know we got that. That's our ace in our sleeve. But we can't keep playing that because people get tired of it after a while. So you get
in Marvel Comics, who has a more copious variety of villains in their Rose Gallery than Spider-Man? Right. Everybody else is following Spider-Man. No one superhero has as many foes as Spider-Man does. Can we just, I ain't saying Black Panther has to be in that neighborhood, but give him like Daredevil. Daredevil's got Kingpin that he always runs up against. Daredevil's got Bullseye that he always runs up against. Daredevil's got the Owl that he always runs up against. You always see them three at some point or another occur in Daredevil stories. Give us somebody besides Killmonger and Claw.
I think they could do, I think a great job could be done bringing back, King Cadaver, Akibi,
Salamander Cruel, Wind Eagle, the Soul Strangler. Fucking, oh my God, he's got a ton of villains.
Those characters won't be household names, can't be household names. And Eve, like I said, I hope you're listening. These characters can't be household names if somebody like yourself or John Ridiculous comes along and just wants to keep restarting characters over again. But these characters, for the Joker to become a household name, it wasn't just the person that created him that made him a household name. It was the authors using him that came afterwards that made him a household name. And no hero is worth a grain of salt without a villain. And T'Challa suffers from too much Eric Killmonger exposure. Tired of that dude. Don't want to see him.
Killmonger and Claw are always the two villains that come through when you're talking about T'Challa. I'm like, he don't fight nobody else?
Right. Build up these other characters. That's my challenge, because that's the challenge of any writer that's credible. The ability to take minor characters and elevate them to roles of significance without mimicking the titular character, the primary character, the main character.
Diesel says that he thinks the Mandarin will be a good recurring foe for T'Challa.
I like that.
You know who I've never, I would love this. I would love for him to go up against Taskmaster.
You know what?
From a physical standpoint.
He will. He's just gonna be on the YouTube channel. Wait, hold on. I don't know if they seen it through the glasses.
Already.
But to me, that's the thing. Like, build him up. Now, you got him. Now, I don't know. So, first of all, if he was just going to, now, Eve, Miss Ewing, I'm being funny when I say this. First of all, I love his new costume. Let me just go ahead and say that. I do love the new look and everything like that. You need to holler at Hasbro. Go ahead and get them on top of that.
Please make that a figure.
Like that. That's how you know we rocking with the new look, because we want it as an action figure. If we didn't like the new look, we wouldn't say nothing. So we telling you we like that. That said, it's gonna be real hard for me to believe this dude is sneaking around Wakanda at night in that costume, because it's a little bit more colorful than the one he got right now. But
and he's supposed to be a fugitive.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna be running a lot.
Yeah. Now, what I hope happens from her storyline is that the way it reads in Black Panther, Unconquered and everything like that, he wants to root out the people in Wakanda that are against Wakanda. It sounds to me like we finna, to low-key, revisit the storyline that we got during Power and Deadliest of the Species, where you got another force like the Desturi working against Wakanda and everything like that. I'm of the mindset that he will be restored to the crown at some point, to the throne at some point during her story arc and everything like that. If you look at it, if we look at the way John Ridley, issue 15, not Tosin, but Jai was telling him, basically, they're gonna miss you when you're gone. And I'm trying to show them that they're gonna miss you when you're gone. Well, Wakanda, Unconquered, he wants to protect Wakanda from the foes because he goes back and he talks to the spirit. Listen, do you have Black Panther Unconquered? We probably need to do a joint live on that and everything like that. But I like the fact that he gets to talk to Nahanda, and the way she looks at him, she said, "Walk with me." Like, to me, that's the smoothest, coldest line that somebody could say. Walk with me. You feel me? Like, walk with me. So I'm a little bit more optimistic than some might be of Eve Ewing's run. I do understand she wants to put her own spin on it. I think it's one of those things where it's important to let it be known, hey, he does have a fan base. And what we want is for you to lift this character, elevate this character to the stature that other characters are lifted to. And we want you not just to lift him up, but to uplifting him, you will be uplifting all the characters of Wakanda. And that's what we want. That's what we're looking for. And no more starter was like, good God almighty, damn, I'm tired of that. That's getting on my damn nerves.
Yeah, that's my point. It continuity, okay? We have never interrupted or restarted anything unless we just did a whole new reset with the universe, or there was some kind of cosmic event. And I ain't that crazy about cosmic events because I see how they're being used as plot devices. Just tell stories. You know, T'Challa has a crap ton of stories that you could be telling about him, stories that center around him and not just Wakanda. Because we're talking about expanding Wakanda and we didn't even expand T'Challa cinematically. So it's like, okay, what's more important, expanding the character that made it necessary to know about Wakanda, or the land that he comes from that you would never have heard about if you never ever had that character?
Speaking of, because you've been doing segues all night. But I think we pretty much ended the book. That was the last page and everything like that. Speaking of segueing back to the MCU, I think it's important, like I said, because we touched on this earlier tonight and everything like that when you was running through segues left and right. But we have to understand that we are Marvel comic book fans unapologetically. I think that's safe to say. We are unapologetically comic book fans. So going forward, when we talking, I guess I want to say it like this: when we on Twitter, we having a huddle, and somebody, hey man, listen, we talk comic books, man. We talk movies going over there. Like, we just need to be dismissive of MCU fans. Listen, if you ain't talking comic book T'Challa, that's all we talk about up here. We talking about comic book T'Challa. We ain't talking about movie T'Challa. Y'all don't like T'Challa like that. We do. So we don't even talk to y'all no more. We want to talk to y'all. If we want to talk to y'all about an MCU movie, we'll talk to y'all. But other than that, when we talking Black Panther, and we talking T'Challa, we talking comic books. And since that ain't nothing that y'all care too damn for, stay out of grown folks' conversation when they talk.
Okay. Look here, man. This is more people than I thought was gonna be in here. And now I would just make a proposal to you, sir, since you're on the cusp of 1,000 in the subs department. You closer than I am, but
yeah.
And I feel like lives like this might be something that might put you over the top. And I'm the type of person, I ain't selfish. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Magic Johnson. I give you that behind the back pass if that's going, elevate you.
Mike ain't getting them 6 rings without Scotty.
Hey, I put it in your hands long as we both get a ring. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I feel like after my lives, my numbers go up.
Right.
So
No, what I found out, I believe people like the interaction. We get to interact with, and I think more than anything, we don't charge people to mention their names. Like I never understood that. Like
I don't get paid nothing if I say your name. I don't get paid nothing if I don't say your name. So
I don't know how to do that. Like when when I do get to 1,000 and everything like that, like I'm not gonna know how to ask people for donations and stuff like that. Like I gotta be needing something. Something gotta be going on. It's gotta be life threatening for me to say something. And even then, I'm hesitant to open up my mouth. So I don't know how that's gonna work because I just, hey, thank you for the $5.
If they say you could put this out here and people will give you money for it, I put it out there. But that's not my goal. Never has been, quite honest. Just I want a format where I can be able to say something and I ain't gonna give you no sugar-coated, watered down BS. I'm gonna tell you from my standpoint how I feel. If you don't like it, then stop listening to what I'm saying. I ain't like you said, I ain't forcing nobody to sit here and listen to me. If you don't want to listen to me, you know what I'm saying, you can go check out a movie, you can go climb some rocks, whatever it is you do, for recreation.
And speaking of that, if you don't like what we do, and this is to hamburger, bacon burger, cheeseburger, I don't know. Listen, first of all, don't put nobody up on my radar if they're not up on my radar. Action figure toy companies are not on my radar like that, where I'm finna be offended by what they got going out. I'm looking at it more so with the long, let me help you out. All black folks ain't bald headed. We not. All black folks not bald headed, and we all not dark skinned.
See, he look different from me. He got hair. I don't.
So when y'all release these action figures, all we asking for is some damn diversity of how these black action figures look. We ain't asking for you to drop 50 million black action figures. No, we just asking for when you drop this one black action figure in 2023, that the one black action figure that you drop in 2024 don't look like the one black action figure you dropped in 2023.
Bruh, y'all could give us some fro. Y'all could give us some fade. You could give us bald head. You could give us braid. You could give us dread. You could give us highlight. Don't make every single white person look the same. Why you gotta do that to us? Oh, just make them bald headed every day.
Could I holler at Valorverse real quick?
Well, before you do that, my man right here, good Lord, what is that? That's bald head, and he looked like somebody from the 1920s. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, we don't look like that no more. We eat organic food now. We don't. Everything ain't boiled.
So I'm gonna mention this, and I'm gonna do a video on it and everything like this. Battleverse, your boy Theo. Shout out to Articulated Ninja. He the one that's got me rocking with y'all. I rocks with y'all. I do. Thank you so much for that.
Kamoyo Kid said we should get donations to build Earth 421 action figurine and getting comics to review.
Listen, the biggest thing.
So yeah, we do need money.
Listen, dioramas more than anything. Like, listen, we could do some stuff. Flight stands and dioramas, y'all. The writing is the easy part as far as I'm concerned. Really, because I believe honestly between myself, D-Real, Mr. Ray Smith, Aaron the Big Word Brinkley, Diana Dotto, and Fantastic Toys. I really want to say we got Marvel covered.
Bruh, while you playing, somebody just dropped a jewel in the comments. And you should move on that. For real. Who the hell is in Jobu t-shirts? I buy one. I buy who the hell is in Jobu t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's a couple of people in here that'll buy who the hell is in Jobu t-shirt, man. You need to roll on that, partner. You need to roll on that, man. You're a whole brand name, dude. You're a whole brand name.
We gonna brainstorm it and everything like that. We gonna brainstorm and see where we come, because I like the verbiage. We got to make sure the picture hit home. We got to make sure the picture hit home.
You got to get that little You gotta get that little fetish, that little statue he had in his locker. You know, you gotta get that image.
Boy, have them side by side. Talk about who the hell is a Jobu. Hey.
And say technically both of them.
Bro, like once again, now I said that when I said who the hell is in Jobu, I was kind of like throwing that out there for people that I know watched Major League, the movie. Cause I'm like, black folks might not have caught Major League, but I know some of you white folks watched that movie with your boy Tom, what's his name? Tom Berenger in it. Cause low-key, he was kind of funny back in the day. I'm like, I know y'all watched this movie. So when I say in Jobu, that whole Pedro Serrano thing, it's gonna come back to y'all. Like, you know what? He right. No, y'all capping for the bag too. John Cappy, I know damn good well your ass seen Major League. Don't act like that. He seen it.
He's the father of the movement.
Listen, I started to call him Eminem, but it's Iman. Iman seen it too. Like, don't do that, man. Y'all know y'all see. I did. I don't know why, but because that would be an insult to somebody. I don't know. Y'all seen Major League.
They gonna think we feel some kind of way about this.
Y'all seen Major League though. Y'all know damn good well. Y'all ain't never say that. How y'all the movie critics and movie reviews and y'all ain't never point that out? If I'm a movie critic, it's safe to say I love watching movies. Safe to say I've been love watching movies for a long, long damn time now.
Had that cape on. That cape on. I got the cape. They got the cape for the cars.
Man, y'all stop.
You can't tell the truth when you trying to get out on the red carpet. You more concerned about out on the red carpet than telling
you know what I would have preferred.
You want to take pictures. You want to take pictures with celebrities and things like that.
Oh, you know what? Because he just spoke on it and we ain't said it on my phone. We ain't talked about Chris Rock or Will Smith yet.
Oh, okay.
Y'all ready?
let's get on this. I think we can. We can speak on this, and this will probably be a wrap. But here we go down the rabbit hole.
Will Smith, Chris Rock.
I could encapsulate it real quick, but I know it's gonna be some drawn out conversation. But like I said on my live last night, it's inequities on both sides that should be addressed. And I feel like, honestly, both of them brothers need to sit their asses down somewhere in a room that does not have a camera in it and stop doing all of this mess for the camera and chop that shit up. Y'all chop that up. We tired, okay? It's been a whole year. You still dragging it out. Chris said what he had to say. Now y'all go into wherever, go meet, have tea and crumpets. Y'all can have it at the Red Table. You can have it in Brooklyn, wherever you're gonna have it at. Y'all need to sit down and do that amongst y'all.
I think if we can be adults about this, I think the transparency that everybody involved has tried to have hasn't been transparent as much as it's been shaded. Color. What do I mean when I say that? So, we could talk about Will Smith being, a damaged man. Chris Rock is a damaged man too. Jada is a damaged woman. Everybody is damaged. Chris Rock, in trying to articulate him being bullied in school and everything, well, there are various ways of bullying somebody. You can bully people because it's usually intimidating is what you're doing to somebody. But you can physically intimidate somebody or you can verbally intimidate somebody. As I said on my live Wednesday, what is an altercation? It's a fight. Well, you can have a verbal altercation with somebody. You can have a physical altercation with somebody. You have men, women that have experienced things in their life that they haven't recovered from, and they're acting out. Now, if I had to just sit back and take a look at everybody and everything like that, I think you spoke on it last night. I do feel like Jada is jealous of Will's career. Not just the fact that it's not her career, but to the fact that she didn't see him doing this. He's, how can I put it? He's outperformed his contract to her. The dude that she saw being this dude was Tupac Shakur. Well, if Tupac Shakur would have been the music rebel, Will Smith has been the cinematic level, the cinematic rebel. He's put some great movies out there, movies that have elevated us as people, movies that have elevated him as a person, movies that have shed some light on some different things. He has. Will Smith wasn't the actor. He didn't go to acting school. She did. She should be outperforming him as an actor. She's not. He is. He was the rapper. And as far as she was concerned, he wasn't even the rapper that she wanted out of rappers. It was somebody else. She needs to be transparent and own that. She probably needs to leave Will, because if he's never going to be good enough to be your husband, you don't need to be his wife. Now let's look at Chris Rock.
Ain't they kids grown?
Yes, grown, good and grown. Now let's look at Chris Rock.
Rock. Anyway,
You come up New Jack City, you come up on Def Comedy Jam, you getting your comedy gigs for the most part in black clubs. You still low-key getting bullied because you ain't that dude. You know, you ain't Bernie Mac. You ain't got no weight to you and everything like that. So you finally get to the point, and you did the movie with the first black president and everything like that. So you not that dude. You ain't never seen yourself as that dude. My daughter tells me all the time, she said, Dad, you were that dude in high school if you just listen to the stories that you tell us. I never thought like that though. And see, it's something to be said, how you see yourself versus how people see you. So you don't see yourself as that person. So you gotta fight, you gotta fight, you gotta fight, you gotta fight. And you ain't really black famous as much as you white famous. So maybe you start feeling some type of resentment because black people ain't necessarily rocking with you like that. And if you ever thought that they weren't really rocking with you like that, the year you get selected, because that's a huge achievement. I'm not gonna act like it's not. The year you get selected to host the Academy Awards, where you feel like all your friends, your peers should be there. Your fellow black actors and actresses, because at this point in time, you're not seeing yourself as just a black comedian, you're a black actor, because you're not hosting the black comedic show, you're not hosting the comedic show, you're hosting the acting show. So while all these comedians want to talk about, he's a comedian, no, he's an actor. That's why he had his ass up in, Hollywood sees him as an actor, not just a damn comedian. They ain't got you up on stage to host the Oscar just because you good at telling some damn jokes. You in your feelings because your peers weren't there. And Will and Jada let it. And you hurt because you low-key feel like they should have looked past it this one time. They should have not made a fuss of it. Because as he alluded to, it ain't like they were strangers. You've been known Hollywood was racist. You've been known that. So why is this night any different? Why you gotta hate on the one night that I'm hosting the Oscar? Y'all should be here celebrating with me. No, my brother, you shouldn't have been there your damn self. So he in his feelings about that. Now, Will in his feelings because, as you stated last night, I can't do what I want to do at home. I heard you when you said it. What I want to do at home, I can't do at home, so I got to walk around here and I'm taking these L's. Now, we can say we want to, Big Willie style. Parents just don't understand. Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what I'm saying? The Wild Wild West. But we know one of the girls from Salt and Pepper didn't want to date him because she thought he wasn't hard enough. See, we got to be careful how we treat people. We want to be mad. We want to get mad when he don't act like Russell Wilson. When you've been calling him Russell Wilson since he's been around. We've been calling Will Smith a simp. And I'm saying we, even though I'm speaking generally, we've been calling Will Smith a simp for the longest time. He got Jada, simp. Dropping bad movie after bad movie. And I mean bad meaning good. You a simp. One of the most successful rappers ever. Hell, he won a damn Grammy. You still a damn simp. He in him movies where he knocking folks out left and right. You a simp. He an action hero. You a simp. And it ain't people that got this skin complexion calling him a simp. It's people that look like him calling him a simp. And the person that's leading the charge to a degree is the person who's still in his feelings about him and his wife leading that boycott in 2016. Should have picked up the phone. And when I say picked up the phone, because like you said, D, Will has chopped it up with it. But going back to transparency, Chris, you ain't told this dude that you hurt. You ain't said that. So instead of just saying, I'm hurt, because he ain't telling us he hurt, me and you both see, man, you butt hurt because they ain't show up at the house. You won't say that. So what you do is you want to antagonize this man's wife. Well, I heard what some people had to say last night and everything like that. I just feel like this. What I want to get across to those people is you're not Chris Rock. You wouldn't be the one antagonizing somebody else's wife. Why? Because low key to a degree, y'all either got a wife or you got a significant other, and you wouldn't want nobody antagonizing your wife or your significant other, so you're not going to do it with them. Chris Rock has missed the boat on that. So has every other comedian. You said last night. You didn't see it with some comedians that had somebody run up on them after the club. As I said last night, and I was trying to get it to the point where we saw it with the Eddie Murphy movie and everything like that, where Dave Chappelle was the comedian, Eddie Murphy went and Joe Jones on him and everything like that.
Only haters and chumps call Will a simp, is what James Bowen said in the comments.
Because people call Russell Wilson a simp, and what did he do? He bought his wife's entire catalog and gave it to her as a wedding gift. Now, you know what? If that's being a simp, I want to be able to be that type of simp. Give my wife all.
What my man D. Steezel said is right behind that. If you feel like you can't be a man in your own home, that's a serious problem. Now, and I just, and then I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna stop. Okay, whatever he is or isn't is not what he is perceived as, and in Hollywood, it is not ever going to be about what you are. It's going to be about what you are perceived as. Will's image is based on being a certain brand, on being a certain product, and lining up, if you will, with a certain caricature. If Will don't line up with that certain caricature, it's going to make his securing of the bags a little more difficult. And he don't need no more bag securing problems because he's got Jada, who ain't behaving like she in his corner.
Watch this. Let me ask you a question. I'm just gonna ask him, just gonna throw this out there. So we go back to last year, and I'm gonna ask you an honest question. If Chris Rock says what he says about Jada Pinkett, and that's why I said this was a lose-lose for Will Smith. The only person that was gonna come out on top was Chris Rock. If he gets to say what he wants to say about Jada Pinkett and Will says and does nothing, what are we saying about Will Smith?
What's being said about him? Or what do we say?
No, I'm saying if Chris Rock makes that joke about Jada last year and Will Smith does nothing except sits there, doesn't respond, doesn't do anything. Mind you, we already calling him a simp. What would we have said about him then? What would have been the talk then? If he don't say nothing, I'm
gonna go ahead and play devil's advocate, and I'm going to say nothing. Because if he had sat in that seat and shut up and not got up out of his seat, we would have went on here with the Oscars. He could have got his Academy Award for Best Actor, and there wouldn't have been nothing that marred or maligned it. I don't think we would have said a damn thing about him simping because it would have been overshadowed by the fact that he won an Academy Award, not that he smacked Chris Rock.
Now watch this. I don't believe that's how black media would have played it. I think white media would have played it like that. White media would have like, oh, he just won the Oscar, we're gonna focus on that. No, because too many people, because we saw this after the fact, were still were remembering that they had beef with each other. Like it would have been, they tell that joke, it would have been some of us, Comedy Hype News, Corey Holcomb them and everything like that. They would have zeroed in on that day. Comedians would have, that's what I said. No, white media wouldn't have made fun, wouldn't have made a big deal out of it. But black media, specifically black, no influence having ass fools, black comedians, they would have been like, oh man, Chris really snapped on Jada. Because they doing it right now. Chris gets revenge. You know what gets you revenge? You jonesing on a dude who ain't in the audience is not my idea of revenge. For him slapping the shit out you in front of God and country. My idea of payback is I got to slap the shit out you in front of God and country, or I gotta roast you and your wife in front of God and country and dare you to bust a grape. Like, if I'm gonna talk about you and your wife again, I need you to be right there. Don't run, don't go talk and they not there. No, go pull up in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playgrounds is where he spent most of his day. Go pull up right there like Drake did. Pull up in Philly, say what you gotta say. And matter of fact, when you say it, make sure him and his wife sitting on the front row.
Well, Chris Rock strikes me as a guy like this, okay? We already know who Chris Rock is based on the insight he's given us through his television show. We know that Chris Rock lived a life where he was very bullied, lived in a very stringent household. I mean, all of us did, but not to the point where what goes on in our house is reflected on what we do on the outside of the house in a negative way.
Now watch this, hold on. Because I'm finna take you back to what you said to me.
Okay.
Actors get paid to act. I mean, I know that's your story, dude, but that's the story you're telling me.
Right. Okay, but it's hard for you to make up a story based on you and not put some of you in it. Okay, you have to. And just seeing Everybody Hates Chris and seeing the kind of cat Chris Rock is and hearing the kind of things that Chris Rock say, Chris Rock ain't the kind of guy that if I ran into Chris Rock in the alley, I'd be like, oh snap.
And he's still like,
he ain't built like that, and he ain't about that life. Okay. And I get being a comedian. I get being a comedian and being able to say whatever you want to say, wherever you want to say it. But I went to a church where the pastor used to say, you can pick the sin, but you can't pick the consequences. Now, if you want to run your mouth and talk and say some stuff, you better have a squad with you. And so if you ain't that kind of cat that's nice with your hands and you want to be saying everything and talking slick, you better have some people that's going to have your back, that's goons and gorillas that's ready to handle that when somebody come in your face with the phone.
Segue. You've been doing it all night. I like that. Segue. So this is what I find interesting. Stop me when I'm wrong. You're on your special. Because see me, I'm like this. I don't, don't pick fights with people you can't beat. Like this, like, and if I can go in front of an audience and tell the audience that I played Scrappy or whatever the dude name, he played in New Jack City and everything like that.
Pookie.
If I tell people I played Pookie in New Jack City, I played a crackhead, I ain't got a chance against Will Smith because he's bigger than me. He boxed. Okay, so if you know you can't whoop his ass, why you keep talking about this dude? Why you keep talking about this dude's wife? You're literally telling me right now, you know you can't whoop his ass. So if you know you can't whoop his ass, why you keep his name in your mouth? That's you literally, as somebody used to say, Orlando Jones said in the movie Double Take or whatever, you literally campaigning for an ass whooping. You trying to get elected. You can't scream victim when you going out here poking the damn bear. You cannot say, oh, well, I would never fight. And people saying, well, the only reason why he went up there is because he's big and Chris.
Mike Tyson. Look at that. Look at that big old ugly tattoo on the side of Mike Tyson's head. What's wrong with him? Why he talk like he got a special needs disability or something like that? I'm not gonna have Mike Tyson's name in my mouth if I know there's a chance of me coming across Mike Tyson and Mike Tyson saying, hey, DV, where's that joke you were telling about me the other day? I think I want to kick your ass, punk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
We got proof of this. Wait a minute. We got example of this. Jamie Foxx said he was in the club one night doing a set and was talking like Mike Tyson. And somebody said, hey, what? Mike Tyson in the audience. He was scared as shit.
Bruh.
He was like, whoa.
And I do not think Jamie Foxx has done a Mike Tyson set since.
No, what you do is you reference that joke, but you don't tell no more Mike Tyson joke. You know why? Because Mike probably said, I just want to let you know that your jokes to me are kind of funny and everything, but I really just need you to lay off. That was a pretty good impression. Anyway. Hell no, Mike. I'm sorry. I don't want it. I don't want it. But you
do that again, Theo. I'm gonna punch in your liver.
He said one more time, I'm gonna take you outside and I'm gonna hit you in the liver about one time, because that's all it's really gonna need is this.
You remember what I did to Mitch Green? You remember that?
Man, no. If you
his eye looked like a basketball.
Right. So you can't have snapped on them at the Oscars, because what you said in 2016 was they leading the boycott. But is the boycott? Well, you don't know why they was leading the boycott, because it ain't like Will got nominated anyway. So you've been snapping on them since 2016 collectively. At what point in time is it no longer a joke? Comedians want to say, I'm saying this right now. It's my YouTube channel. I don't want to say this because I know if I say it, that means I got to own it just in case somebody. I don't give a damn how big you are. If I'm at your comedy show, you can roast me all night long. I do not care. I think you owe me some money because if your comedy set was 30 minutes and you got to roast me for 5, that means you was only prepared for 25 minutes. So I'm gonna look for my 5 minutes worth of change. But if you roast my wife, my kids, I'm gonna stand up and say like Will, hey man, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I think that's the go-to move going forward. I think that's the go-to move. Somebody insult your wife, and you want to get a comedian that get that warning. Hey man, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Or you think you Will Smith? No, but you could be Chris Rock. I think that might need to be what we say going forward, because where did we come to as comedians when you started talking about, as a man, when did men become comfortable, Chris Rock, talking about women, roasting them? As if we don't know, Chris Rock was raised by a Black woman, as if we don't know the insecurities that our Black women deal with anyway. That's all I'm asking. The Black women want to be joked on. We got plenty of Black female comedians out here to roast Black women. A Black female comedian can roast me, the husband. Don't say shit. Well, if you say something about my wife got that one. That's a Black female. But no, keep your mouth closed. And then give me the microphone. Give me the microphone so I can roast you.
And the bottom line with that, I won't say the bottom line, but my bottom line. My bottom line is that old adage, we OGs, like people keep saying in the comments. Okay. Well, one OG adage that always sticks in my head is, don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash. Now, I know it's comedians, and I get it, because of like 90% of the comedians is caping for Chris Rock. Like, yeah, he did that shit. Yeah, he did that. That was a great set. Yeah, it was. But is any of y'all gonna come and help Chris Rock fight?
No.
Okay, why y'all caping and jeffing him up and getting him all? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Dave, are you gonna come help Chris Rock fight? Corey, are they going? Yeah,
He was kicking it with Will Smith shortly after Will slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. So you playing both sides, which goes to your point, because me and you talked it up. You have black people choosing sides when, truth be told, we don't even know if these two dudes feel that way about each other. We don't know if all this could be for the bad. Everybody wanted to tune in to see what Chris Rock had to say about Netflix, about Will Smith on Netflix. Guess what? For the bad. Everybody want to tune in to see what Will Smith gonna do now that Chris Rock. Guess what? For the bad. While we sitting over here looking, man, if I was Chris, man, if I was Will, what have Chris and Will shown that they actually give a damn about the general audience? Black audience. You touched on that the other night. Because I was like, hold on. For the Oscars to be that mad at you, you seem to be able to drop another damn movie awfully damn quick. For Hollywood to so-called be done with you, damn Emancipation came out real damn quick. You was, damn. Chris Rock, clearly ain't nobody really, because who was Chris Rock for Will Smith slap the taste out of his mouth? Oh, now you in high demand again. Now people want to talk to you. Who was you before then? Right. Because what we didn't do.
Mediocre, fair to middling comedian?
Right, watch this. Because I know what we didn't do. Y'all be like, Theo, don't do that. Because see, I know we hosted the Oscars last year, right? Come on, somebody. I know we produced the Oscars last year, right? Am I right or wrong? You know what we didn't do last year? With all the power that we had as black people, we didn't present Chadwick Boseman with a Lifetime Achievement Award. We didn't. Cast and crew was there. We said the movie Black Panther 2 was coming out later on that year. We talked about how much this was for Chad. All of 2022, we can't recast. But I saw the cast and crew from Black Panther 2 at the Oscars that night. And at an event where we produced it and we hosted it, we didn't acknowledge one of our own. The one that we say we love, the one that we say was hope, inspiration, a big brother, someone that we looked up to. We didn't even holler his damn name. But we could holler a black man's wife's name. We could verbally accost one another, physically assault one another, but acknowledge one of our own. Will Packard, Chris Rock, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith. Who else was there? Big Boy was there.
Lupita was right behind Will with them facial expressions.
Right. So what was going on? Winston Duke was there. Why you ain't mention your boy? Why you ain't chop it up for Chadwick Boseman right then, right there? In front of God and country. Come on, say his name. You up there, Lupita. Everybody's saying that you Mrs. Boseman and everything like that. Everybody talking about you in a relationship with Chadwick Boseman. I done seen people that's handing out awards before it takes some time to acknowledge one of their fallen friends and loved ones. I ain't hear nobody say nothing about Chadwick Boseman. I'm still upset.
Not a soul. Not a soul. Not a soul.
You want to tell me you want to kill off the character to honor him? Well, you know what keeps his legacy going? A star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You know what keeps his legacy going? Giving him a posthumous Grammy for all the work that he's done in movies. Nobody ever thought about it. Or at the very least, if they thought about it, they didn't care enough to make it fruition. You know what was more important? What was more important that night for the guy that was nominated for an Oscar, instead of making sure one of his brothers that had fallen was nominated, it was more important for him to be in the mindset to do physical harm to anybody that verbally said anything about his wife. To the black host, instead of him, because he's an actor, instead of him taking the time to do something to be productive and uplift one of his own, to acknowledge one of his own that has fallen, it was more important that he insult. So when I look at cats like him, cats like Tony Rock, cats like Arsenio Hall, I'm looking at them and I'm like, y'all so-called black men, black celebrities, low-key black leaders, you missed the freaking ball and you still been missing it since this whole damn thing took around, but you expect people to give two damns about what you think. I said it once, I said it again. and I'll be done with the show after that. The only celebrity I felt with is D-Real.
Well, and hot on the heels of that commentary, this celebrity is gonna come in and say, "Hey Theo, guess what? We just did a 3-hour live.
Oh no, come on now. No, we didn't.
We did a 3-hour. We did a 3-hour live, bro. 3 hours. 3 hours. And it was an average of about 23 people.
That's what's up.
In the live. So my experiment is done, and I believe it was a rousing success. I thank all of the wonderful dozens of people that came into the live tonight to chop it up with us and chop it up with each other. And more than anything else, this live was about a vibe. We had topics and we discussed those topics, but it was more about a vibe, more about the energy, more about how y'all vibe when y'all come together, more about how y'all vibe with me and Theo vibing. So I like the energy. If y'all want to do this again sometime soon, I will be all for it. And I think it will go a long way to pushing my man closer to a thou wow. So
man, if you're pushing me, I'm pulling you. That's how that go. You pushing, I'm pulling.
so there you go. That's your man Theo. This your man D-Real over here. We appreciate y'all coming out tonight and hanging out with us on a Friday, because I thought y'all be at somebody else's live. Y'all at our live fooling with us, and that makes my heart happy.
Hey man, can we clap it up one time for this being the last issue for John? Really? Thank you. Listen, you know what? And I know Mr. Smith will feel this one right here. You know what? He might not come when you want him to, but you know what? God is he's an awesome God. He come on time. He might not come when you want him to, but he do come on time. Good line of mine. Way to get him up out of there, Big G. Way to get him up out of there.
Look here, y'all. I got to go because I got to go get my missus. I am going to get at y'all this weekend with some videos. Y'all catch Theo on his page. I ain't saying, I'm just saying, with Theo B dropping videos and more. Check out that Earth 421. It's growing, it's coming. Y'all ain't gonna be able to stop it. So you should just ride the wave.
I need some
go ahead, Theo. Plug yourself. Self-plug.
We need female voices. Like, no, for real. Like Earth 421. I did that. Shout out to D, bringing that back up and everything. I did that. Shout out to Byron, because he did the voice work for T'Challa, and I ain't gonna lie, that's the most serious T'Challa I done heard in a minute. I ain't lying. But go check it out and everything like that. We like telling stories about T'Challa, and I look at it like this. I'm tired of people telling me, if you think you can do something better, damn it, do it yourself. Say less, don't even worry about it. So Eve starts her run up in what, July?
June.
So in July, my plan is to give us at least 3 to 4 more stories of T'Challa and everything like that, Black Panther related content. And if we like the stories, we love T'Challa stories, and we want T'Challa stories told a certain type of way. Well, we got the action figures. I mean, all we gotta do is just write. So I mean, we're gonna make it do what it do, but we do need more female voices, because I can sound soft, but I don't think I sound like a female. So we need I don't think that's what that is at the end of the day. So we need a Shorty, we need Ramundas, we need the Dora Milaje and everything like that. So yeah, we're gonna make that
all day. The more the merrier, y'all. This is a team sport. This is a team sport.
Say that. It's a team sport. It's a family. It's anybody want to help out is more than welcome and everything. Because as I said, if I tell the story, I still get to enjoy the story. That's it. I still get to enjoy the story. So it's all about the story.
Diabolical, I see you. When we get out of here, I will check it, man. But look here, y'all. We enjoy kicking it with y'all. Love, peace, and hair grease. We coming at you with another one of them other ones. Until we do, y'all be good. Good to each other.
And before we get up out of here, I want to wish you love, peace, and soul.